The sea breeze is in. It's not too strong at the moment, True. It's probably 10 or 15 knots, isn't it? But it is very different to the easterly and the flat conditions we've had. So this will probably suit the guys who are a little bit stronger in the water, I suppose, the strong swimmers, the strong paddlers. A little bit of a wave coming in here at Sorrento as well. True, if you look at our first couple of rounds, North Cottesloe very dominant the first round, had a lot of good performances in the paddle and in the sprints as well. Second round, how did you see the second round going?
Yeah, look, City of Perth came up and got some of their big guns back and took out first and third in the points. Trig Island, they were the big movers. They went from third into second place. So lots of the big guns here today for both City and Trigs. I think they'll be the ones to beat today. But look, North Cott back with some of their strong runners, and their boats have done really well, particularly in the females in the boats. All three crews straight through to the final. So looking forward to today's results.
Yeah, so if you are watching at home, maybe come down. There's Sorrento Beach looks really good today. As you say, we're about to get underway with our finals for the boats, the strong teams in the boats, the A teams, and we'll get that to the finals of the beach flags and the beach sprints as well. Then we'll go back to our water arena, and I can tell you that the format that we traditionally see at surf carnivals, it's different to what we see here. And then our first event today is the Taplin event, True, isn't it? So the Taplin is club versus club. We've got 14 teams here today, all from the different clubs. But club versus club, to start with the Taplin's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good. And obviously after we've seen the beach flags finals, the Taplin, and this is a different Taplin. The traditional Taplin, you've got 6 males or 3 females. Today we're going to see 8. So we're going to see 4 males, 4 females, and they throw in a beach sprint as well. So really exciting. The format today, swim and then board. I think that might actually suit some of the city teams. The Trigs have got really strong ski paddlers, so watch for them to come home in the middle of the event. But as we said, surf boats kicking off soon, into the beach flag, into the Taplin. It's going to be a big day down here at round 3 of the Surf League.
Yeah, it is true. I'll get you to keep an eye on the boat finals and see how we're travelling there. Just some names to watch today, I reckon, folks. We have Tegan Mafshioni back. She's the gun sprinter from North Cottesloe. She missed round 2, so good to see Maf back. She's down there doing one of her heats at the moment, getting ready in the beach flag, so watch for her today. Wes Gould's been fantastic throughout, gun swimmer and gun Ironman. I think Phil Clayton might be in the house as well, the multiple Australian title winner. He's doing some nippers coaching this weekend here in Western Australia, so we'll try and get Phil Clayton on the microphone a little bit later on if we can. But Phil's in the house, and all the big hitters are here as well. So we're not far away from seeing the A finals. If we just pan over here, if this beautiful beach here at Sorrento, you'll notice that you can see the warm-up area, the guys using the warm-up area over there as we see the B finals of the boats concluding. You see the warm-up area, and you can see the famous shark net here at Sorrento. And of course, this is a fantastic surf club here at Sorrento. Very strong membership. A lot of juniors here at Sorrento. And of course, they have the triathlon club based here as well in North Coast Tri Club. So, round 3, here we are. Truey, how are we going out there? How are we going for timing?
Yeah, good. Probably maybe 30 seconds away from A final for the women. So, look, no surprises there. We've got 14 clubs, 14 teams today. And what would you know, Northcott and City, first, second and third for these for the A final. So 3 Northcott, 3 City, very strong, probably the top 2 surf boat clubs in Western Australia at the moment. Good to see Triggs back with 3 crews today, and Mullaloo had a really good row in their B final. But Northcott and City in the women's, look, I think Northcott might just take this out today. City's crews, they're up in Geraldton. They've been doing a little bit of extra training, but Northcott, they're really going to be the ones to watch. So not too long until we get a run with the A final for the women.
For everybody watching at home on mybeach.com.au, we'd love to hope you're enjoying all the live action down here from Sorrento Beach. This is round 3 of the WA Surf League. New concept. We see the mostly finals, very few heats in competition today, and we go right through this morning with heats, with very few heats, but mostly into finals in the swim, the board, the ski, the Taplin, and of course the Ironman and the Iron Woman races today. Some of the other names to watch out for, particularly from Trig, Dan Humble, the superstar, had a very good second round of the WA Surf League, so watch out for Dan Humble around and about the place today. Reese Baker, of course, from Trig as well. And the red, green and white from Trig will be looking to score some big points in the water arena today. The swimming duties pretty much shared between the clubs. Mullaloo got some strong swimmers, as have Sorrento. But of course, the City Beach guys, very, very strong with guys like Simon Hootengar and Jade Mickle are names to watch today. Jade Mickle, the star of the second round of WA Surf League, took out many, many races. We're about ready to go down here, Truey.
Yeah, look, the surf boat crews for the A final. So first event up today, first points, big points on offer. These are 3 crews from City, 3 crews from Northcote just making their way down. So as Simon said before, probably a 10 to 12 knot sea breeze. It was in yesterday afternoon actually, so it's been going all night. Not that strong, and it hasn't really generated much swell. So nothing really to bother these boaties today, but just enough to give them something to punch into on the way out. And there are a few runners. We've seen in the semi-finals and in the B final that some of these crews are actually getting little runners. So boat crews just getting lined up. Chief starter down there, Robbie Summerford, just calling them back in line. And very soon we'll see the gun go up and the first race for maximum points today.
Yeah, thanks, Truey. So there's pretty challenging conditions today. A little bit of a chop to contend with. So the crews in all the disciplines today that have good technical skills, swim, ski, paddle, and of course in the boats. And they're away, Truey.
Yeah, Simon, so good start there. Probably Northcote on the far right and in the middle getting the best of the start. You see these crews just really hitting their rating hard, and the City crew in that yellow boat, one of their competitors looks like they might have got a little crab. So that's going to be disastrous for this crew if they want to make it into the top 3 positions. Crews on the left off to a really clean start as well, and they're now through the first parts of this little chop. 300 metres today, so not the longest of surf boat courses, and great conditions for rowing, and we see these clubs really starting to stamp their medal down on the left-hand side. The 2 crews from Northcote and City of Perth at the moment leading the way.
First of the A finals. This is the women's A final down here for round 3 of the WA Surf League, underway at the moment. If you're at home watching us, this is Grant True, and I'm Simon Beaumont. You can see us on mybeach.com.au, and you can hear us for the next 3 hours down here at Sorrento, which will be a big thrill for everyone, I think, Truey. What's the theory? We saw the J crew win all those Australian titles. I think it was 5 in a row. What's the theory about Northcote and boats? Is it where all the coaches go, where all the good guys go? What's the theory there, Truey?
Look, I think what's happened is over the years they've just built up a really strong culture, a good culture of working hard for your teammates, doing what's best for the club. So some boat clubs, they go down the track of having 4 rowers in a sweep and they stick together. Northcote takes a little bit of a different approach. They'll have squads, they'll have their top 8 to 12 rowers, and they all vie for that first, second or third crew. So it's really competitive. Great lot of support from the club and their board down there. And Northcote, they're one of the strongest surf boat clubs anywhere in Australia. We're seeing that today with 3 of their crews in the final.
All right, True, just cast your experienced eye over the course now. We see the boats have made the mark. You tell us what you can see. This is the women's A-grade final, round 3, the WA Surf League.
Yeah, so look, we've got the 3 Northcote crews out in front. So 1, 2 and 3. One of the City crews struggled on the start. Another of their crews just looked like they struggled coming around that red can. So a lot of work there to do, but Northcote 1, 2, 3. At this stage, they're just going to be picking up the rating a little bit. Very small chops, a little bit of assistance there, and they're probably about a third of the way in. So starting to get real tired out there. The lactate's starting to build up in the legs, and these crews will be looking for any little bit of assistance that they can get.
So the first 2 rounds, True, we had, as we see one of the Northcote crews just streaking away on the southern side of the course. They're not far away from crossing the line, True, but they've got the sea breeze, they've got it at their backs. Previous 2 rounds, they've been coming back into the strong easterly. But I'll let you call this in. One of the Northcote crews looks sensational as they head in. But they got some competition in the middle of the field here, Truey.
Yeah, look, the other Northcote crew is just starting to just come back a little bit. So that's Northcote A in the middle. No surprises able to be up there. But their other team in Northcote C is just challenging them at the moment. So you can see these rowers just starting to pick the rating up. Small little run down there for Northcote on the left. Northcote in the middle. They're just starting to come back onto their line. These crews don't finish between flags today. They've got to run up the beach and hoist that flag up. So a little bit of a different finish, but quite clearly it's going to be 1 and 2 for Northcote, and then I'd say probably into third for City of Perth. So crews are up there on the south, on the red and yellow. Well done. and we see the second Northcote crew coming in on the green and white. So really good rowing. 4th, 5th and 6th coming through. City of Perth into 3rd.
Yeah, good race. Nice little run up the beach there. So the still got some competitors coming in. The Navy teams was well represented here, True, aren't they? Their guns at in this particular event, obviously good for their training and the regime. The Team Navy guys, wholehearted competitors in the last 3 rounds, and they go for the flag. So interesting that some of the guys coming back in to the flag, the little run up the beach, very straight line from our winners today, and that's very tactical, isn't it? You've got to get as close as you can on the beach to your flag. But Northcote and City Beach taking out 1, 2, 3 in the A final of the WA Surf League. What do these guys do now, Tree? They just go and find a cafe and put the boat on the top of the car and go and find a cafe somewhere, the boat crews, do they?
Yeah, so surf boats are all finished after this next race. If you need a hand with your boat, Simon will come down and give you a hand because he's on his own there when he's starting to pick on the boaties. But A final just around the corner. These guys would have been watching what happened in that women's final, just trying to pick the line. And as you said, Simon, some of the crews came in straight on their flag, so real short run. Other crews were 2 cans away. So a little bit of tactics there, and I'm sure that the sweeps will be keeping an eye on that for the A final later on.
You're an experienced surf man. This conditions today, going out to the mark into the breeze. You got to hold your line, and it becomes a sprint back from the can today, doesn't it, for all the disciplines in the water?
Yeah, I think we'll see that particularly in the craft. So swimmers, they'll get a little bit of assistance, but it'll be a bit more of a nasty just punching into it. Board paddlers, they'll get a bit of assistance. Ski paddlers, I think we'll see some runs. By the time we get through to the ski finals, wind would have picked up a little bit more, I think. And we'll actually see that, once you're out in front at the cans, it's going to be really hard to peg back any distance on your leading competitors. So A boat's about to start soon. The women in the flags and the men in the flags are making their way through to the final. All happening down here at Sorrento for round 3. And another welcome to all those viewing at home or looking on their iPads. It's good to have you here, and we're going to be kicking off with the A final in about 30 seconds.
Just to let people know at home and people down here today, this is not a points tally system through the 3 races. Each of the 3 rounds stand alone in terms of points, so there's no cumulative points set up. There's no tally through the 3 rounds. Each and every round stands alone. North Cottesloe very dominant first round. City Beach came back very strongly in the second round, as did Trigg Island Surf Club. And today we reset. We start again. Everybody starts from 0. There's no tally as such through the 3 rounds. Sun's out down here at the beach at Sorrento, so a lot of the early cloud is blown away. There's a breeze that's only going to pick up now. There's a few white caps out near the top of the mark, so good conditions, going to test the athletes. The strong guys will get some advantage today, particularly in the swim, you would suspect. So the order today, just to repeat for people at home and people down here on the beach, we are streaming live to mybeach.com.au. A-grade boats doing their thing now. The boys are about to hit the water. Finals of the beach flags and beach sprint. Then we go back to the water for the Taplin, and then we go through all the finals of the events. So we've got ski, we've got swim, and we've got board paddle as well. And then we culminate today with Ironman and Iron Woman events. The Sorrento Surf Club, nice bit of coastline down here, True, isn't it? Very popular. You see the walkers and the joggers and the bike riders all cruising past. A little bit of a cafe there. The Sorrento Surf Club guys are always good for a bit of a chat and to have a bit of banter with. So if you haven't been down to this part of the world, it's well worth a visit.
Yeah, it is a great club down here, and also a lot of the downwind paddle races that happen from, City Beach, Triggs, a lot of them do finish here. The Fremantle Doctor, one of Australia's biggest open water paddle races, finishes here. So, hundreds and hundreds of ski paddlers paddling from Rottnest to Sorrento. It's a fantastic sight. We're not far away from a start in the A final. While the A final is on, Simon Beaumont will be up calling the finals of the flags, and we'll tic-tac as we make our way through. Boats being dragged down. Simon will hear about who's in the final for the flag soon. But I can tell you now, we've got in the male boats 3 crews from City of Perth, 1 from Fremantle, and then the 2 Northcote crews to the right of the screen, or the north if you're down at Sorrento Beach. Not long till the start, and these sweeps just starting to line up, having a look at their flags and their cans that they're going around. Check starter Robbie Summerford seems pretty happy there. They're all in a line. We're going to get some great shots, hopefully from the drone later on, of all the water events, as we see Robbie still holding them nice in a line. Not much of an advantage today to actually creep out. No bank, just this small little chop. So beach flags coming up soon. Simon, have you got any info on the starters there?
Not yet, Grant, but I'll get that very soon. We're all in readiness up here. I can see the competitors just having a little drink and taking a break, but we'll get that to you as soon as I can. You're away down there, Truey?
Yeah, all action here in the A final. Northcott on the right, fantastic start there. But just have a look in the middle. I think that's City of Perth boat in the red. Either that's an amazing start or they've got a little bit of a backwash there. So all in a line at this stage. We saw in the women's race that some of the crews struggled just getting hit. A few little chops, a few little crabs, but in the men's final, it's a dead set, all even slogfest at the moment. 6 boats, all in a line, 1/3 of the way out, and these guys will be starting to look for their cans, whether it's the green and white or the red and yellow, and starting to have just a few little chats within the boat about the rating, pick it up, drop it off, a little bit stronger on stroke side. The crews will be well familiar with the conditions and what they can expect. So halfway out here in the A final, still a dead heat right across the board. That's what we want to see in this racing. We've seen so many of the board races and swimming races finish in, almost dead heats, or it comes down to a run up the beach. I think today in the A boats, this is going to come down to a run up the beach to hoist that flag up. So it's all happening down here on the beach. Simon's not far away with some calling for the beach flags, and then we're going to go straight into the Taplin. So all of the water competitors that might not get to see a surf boat race all that often, get down here, cheer on your team members. These guys are getting maximum points for your club. So we saw Northcott and a City take out 1, 2 and 3 early on, and now we're looking at the same. With the crews in the middle, the 2 City crews doing really well. Northcott A on the far side, they're probably a boat length ahead. So really good setup for Northcott, and City of Perth, they're chasing hard at the moment.
To all the people who are watching us at home on mybeach.com.au, beautiful morning down here at Sorrento Beach. This is round 3. We've had the first round at Northcott, the second round at City Beach. Now we're down here at Sorrento, so there's plenty of room. You've got to park a few kilometres away, but it's worth the walk. The sea breeze is in. The sea breeze is in. You can hear in the background, we're now calling for the finalists in the flags to join us here on the beach in front of this amphitheatre. Grant True, you've got a big finish coming up.
Yeah, not long to go, Simon. Probably maybe 20 strokes to go. Northcott A on the far side. They've been really strong, taking out the first 2 surf boat sections of round 1 and round 2. They're going to make it 3 in a row, I would suggest, and they'll be setting up well for the ASRL National Surf Boat Championships in a few weeks' time. So just coming in on that little runner there. Great bit of nice, tidy rowing, and then we turn our attention back to 2nd, 3rd and 4th, which, barring a disaster, I think it's going to be Northcott and then into the 3 City crews. So up to that run on that yellow flag. Great row there by Northcott. And then into club competition at its finest with the 3 crews from City of Perth in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Northcott there into 4th, into 5th, and then Fremantle rolling out that. So great rowing there, big points there, and these boaties will now deserve a well-earned rest. Simon will help them get their boats on the trailer, and we're into the beach flags.
Yes, anyone want their hand getting their boats onto the trailer? Will be available about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Chewy, well done. Nice to see the boats on camera today, hey? Exciting couple of finals in the women's and the men's, and a very strong day to Northcott as expected, but some good competition from City of Perth. Well done to the Navy guys too. Great down here in great number today. We might try and get a few interviews, Chewy, after our flags. The flags not far away. We're getting all our names recorded. Here, a couple of big guns to watch in the women's final today. From City of Perth, Gabby Murphy, and from North Cottesloe, she missed round 2. Tegan Mafscione is back in the blue and white of Northcott. Good strong field here today. I'm sure the competitors, the spectators down here today know the format, but of course in the finals, There's always one less flag than there is competitors, and we get down to our final two. So watch for the power of Gabby Murphy in the middle, and their technique and technical sprinting of Tegan Mafshoni in the blue and white. So in starters' hands down here, this is the finals of the flags. We'll bring some names to you as we go through. The boys just start making their draws. Strong performances there from our two favourites. So we started with Tegan Mafshoni there, Laura Ciani, Sinani, sorry Laura, Elle Marlowe, Gabby Murphy, Kate Silipo and Madison Tom. So the first run go through, the boys who we have competing now, Jackson Simons, Tom Nolan, Will Host, Aaron Gigney, I reckon, Tom Hodgkin, and Tom Kavanagh in there as well. So we'll try and get these names too. We do have a sheet here, but it's the boys going down for the first here. So we'll bring some names to you once it becomes clearer who is competing. So the beach flags, a little bit change of format, Chewy. This was buried in the program a little bit. The girls have now head back to the line for the next heat. So strong performance there from Tegan Mafshoni and Gabby Murphy, the two favourites in the girls. Watch out for Jackson Simons and Tommy Nolan. Tommy Nolan, multiple Australian title and state title winner, right, Troy?
Yeah, absolutely. They're the big names of men's sprinting at the moment. Will Host, he's done really well, actually. He's also another one to keep an eye out for. So he got third in the last round, or second round of the flags. And we're now just back into the hands of the starters down here. We'll see how they go in the remaining final. So look, as expected, Jackson there, so strong. Probably had that by a metre. Closely followed by Tom and then into Will. So 1, 2 and 3, they were all squashed up on the left-hand side. So that's always a little bit of a high-pressure situation. And looks like Northcott and maybe City might be straight through into the top 5. So we saw, as expected, Tegan and Gab go really hard in there into the final of the women's. And Britt Horton also in their late call-up for this race today, but she's doing well, probably the top 3 at the moment for the women's flags.
Very different characters too, aren't they, the beach sprinters? You watch Jackson Simons when he's had cracking jokes before the race and very relaxed, and then when you see some of the other guys a lot more focused, all the sprinters are very different, and they've been warming up on the grass, Chewy, up ahead, but we go down to our second run through here in the women's final.
So they're just getting lined up here for the women's beach flags. Can we have all Taplin teams, all 8 competitors in the Taplin team, please down to the blue marshalling tent straight away? We're going to be kicking that race off very soon. Very quick start there by Gab there, and Britt Horton, not a known beach flagger, more a sprinter. She got a really good start, but Tegan's done really well on the top end of the course there. I think she's just waiting to bring in the top speed, probably down into the last 3. She'll really start ramping.
She was having
up.
a look there. Just Tegan was having a look around, a look to her left-hand side to see where the others were. Got herself moving about the middle of the course, as you say. So this will ramp up now. We go back to the boys, and a lot of pacing and tactics as you go through multi-races.
Yeah, absolutely. So Will Host on the top of the field there. He's one of the ones to watch, and he's going to be pretty comfortable up there on the top. Jackson and Tommy Nolan next to each other again. So they're going to be working out where they're going to run. Are they going to push up to the right to take a bit of pressure off, or are they going to go hard at each other and try and knock the other one out? So Will Host at the top one to watch, and then Tom Nolan and Jackson Simmons down here on the bottom of the course. Big boys, and they're real quick, and they get up and they get those flags. So don't blink or you'll miss these finals of the men's beach flags for round 3 of the WA Surf League.
Yeah, the three big boys starting to make their presence felt now. So if you are down here on the beach, it's a bit quiet. Make some noise for these guys. You know how much they enjoy the adrenaline and the shouty, yelly stuff. So get behind the athletes here in the beach flags. A beautiful natural little amphitheatre here at Sorrento Beach up there on the hill there. Make some noise if you're having a cup of coffee. This is a team event. We got 14 teams in. And get behind these guys because this is all about interclub. And get behind your athletes as they try and earn some points. As we said earlier, Trui, no tally. This is a standalone event today. Each of the three rounds are a standalone event, so we've reset the scoreboard today.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already seen Northcott take out 12 points from the boats, male and female. City did really well there, but again, Northcott with Tom and Tegan, they're going to be looking for some more points there. So we might find Northcott at the top of the ladder just after the first 4 events today.
Tegan Mafscioni and Gabby Murphy next to each other here, Trui, so this is a good one.
Yeah, we saw in that male race, Tom and Jackson, they were next to each other, and the intensity just lifted from both of them. So they both knew that they had to be right on their gun for that one, or the chance to be knocked out. I think we're going to see the same here. Tegan on the bottom, Gab next one up to the top of the course, and then looking forward to Sorrento, Northcott and City. But have a look at the two competitors at the ocean side of this flags arena. That's where we're going to see just, again, I think the intensity is going to pick up again. We saw that there, Simon. The intensity did just pick up. So Gabby and Tegan, they're good mates. They're all friends, but they do want to take out these top points. So it was almost a carbon copy of the males there. The 2 favourites at the bottom, and then the other 3 at the top left to fight it out for 2.
Yeah, you're right, and the intensity started to pick up as these final rounds start to come into play. So experienced competitors, these two. In this particular run through the boys now on the, I suppose, the high side of the course, you see Tommy Nolan from Northcott. Jackson Simons. Good to watch Jackson, isn't he? Just relaxed, cracking jokes, having a good time down there. I saw Tommy Nolan at the cricket the other night, Trui, enjoying the scorches. There he was, drinking water, practicing his run-throughs. He was stretching, all that sort of stuff. So Tommy Nolan has been racing forever, hasn't he? Very experienced, and he's got himself a good lane here, I reckon.
You're looking, and Jackson and Tom, they're the ones that are the competitors from right around Australia. They're the ones that they watch at the Australian Championship. So again, Tom at the top of the course here, Jackson down second from the bottom, Will Host at the bottom. So it's going to be quick down the bottom here, but I'd say the Sorrento and City might just struggle here to get through.
Great start from Tom Nolan. Jacko Simons, bit of time to look around there. So make some noise here, folks, if you're down here at the beach. The big boys are up and about, and we'd like to hear some crowd support.
Yes, a little bit of an upset there, Simon. I called Will Host from Triggs to be one to watch for the first 3, but he's just been knocked out. And what we saw was there were that many competitors going for the one flag that the young fella from City of Perth, while he got there last, he was able to just stop and pick up one that no one wanted. So we see that happen in the nippers so often and the early rounds. So it's not just about running fast, it's about knowing where your competitors are and knowing where those flags are. Into the top 4 for the women's now. 2 from City, 2 from Northcott, Tegan and Gab in the middle, Britton Horton out on the top side, and I think, so we'll just get the other. And that looks like Anna Spears. So she actually got 3rd or 4th last round. So watch out for her, but have a look in the middle. Gab and Tegan, top favourites here. And the other, Anna and Britt, will be just trying to get that last flag that might be available. Starters getting themselves organised. Really quick start there. Anna up to her feet so quickly, but just a little stumble. And in this top line beach flags racing, that's all it takes.
Yeah, let's hear it from the crowd. There's a big crowd here now, Trui, so get stuck in. This is what we came here for, club on club, athlete on athlete. All these guys trying to earn points for their club. If you're watching us at home, this is round 3 of the WA Surf League. We've gone Northcott, we've gone City Beach. We're here at Sorrento. The big boys, there's 4 left in the men's final today. Change of format today. The boats up first. Over to you, Grant.
Yeah, Simon, we've got Anna here, so unlucky fourth there in the flags. You got an amazing start and just a little bit of a stumble. How did you find the racing today?
Oh, it's always such high quality with City and Tegan. I'm pretty happy with fourth though.
Yeah, it's good. So lots of good points for your Northcott team. And Tom, how do you reckon he's going to go in this men's final?
Oh, it's Tom Nolan. He's got this for sure.
There you go, straight from Anna into now favourite is Tom Nolan. Jackson Simmons might have a little bit to say about that, but again, these two favourites still in.
Yeah, up and about to the two big guys, very, very strong out of the blocks, weren't they, True? Tommy Nolan, amazing technique, isn't he? And he's just a pretty lightly built, lightly framed guy, but so much power through his core there and up and about pretty quickly there. So we go into the three now, the two girls from City and Tegan Mafscioni as well. Tegan missed round two, but she's back racing in earnest today. So just need a bit more noise and support from the crowd, I reckon, before we get to our final today. Very important run through right now in the women's. And then we go back to the award arena for the Taplin, mybeach.com.au. All the guys watching at home, hope you're enjoying all the action. Simon Beaumont and Grant True on the microphone. Big run coming up here right now with 3 going down to 2 for that ultimate run through.
You're all about the points here today, Simon. Tegan on the bottom in position number 2, which is the ocean side. Britt right in the middle there from City of Perth, and then Gab Murphy. So 2 favourites probably on the top and the bottom of this course. So it's going to be quick. Starters are almost ready to go. And this is to get into the final for those last 2 positions. Real quick start. They're all in a line at this stage. So have a look at this. And could this be a bit of an upset there? So Britt and Tegan there going one-on-one. It was a really even start, probably the most even we've seen for a long time. And just that sprint power from Britt probably put her in good stead there with Tegan. So 1, 2 and 3 decided there, also 3. Tegan backing up from first, and Britt and Gab into the final.
Just saw a little shake of the head from the big hitter in Tegan Mafscioni. Not completely happy with her run. She just pushed the body into Britt in the last few metres, but just held a line. Britt, very strong. Well done to the City of Perth girls. But well done to Tegan. She's a gun. She'll be back for the beach sprint, no doubt, and she'll be pretty fired up, I reckon. Always great to have her here. She's a star of surf in WA. She's just having a little drink and settling down. Here we go. This is a massive run through here. So we'll host out one of the few, but we've now got the boys on the line right now, Tommy Nolan and Jackson Simons.
And then you look at the top of the course, we've got Tom Hodgkin from the second Sorrento team. So what a great chance for Tom here to really take on 2 of Australia's best beach flaggers in Jackson and Tom. So good training for him today. And good opportunities. We see Jackson just starting to stretch out, get comfortable. Tom's always nice and cool, calm and collected on the start. And Tom will just be thinking about what he needs to do to knock one of these favourites out of that first and second position. We've seen it can happen. It happened in the women's final. Let's see if we can get a repeat in the males. Really even start there again. So the 2 big boys going hard at each other down the bottom. Whoa. And Tom just having to turn into a bit of a steeplechaser there to stop Jackson getting his head knocked off.
Yeah, that was all power, wasn't it? You and I right alongside the track here, Truey, calling it from right alongside, and the big boys powered through that one. Well done to Tom Hodgkin making it through, but we're now down to Tommy Nolan and Jacko Simons into our final run through. Folks, make some noise for the girls, the 2 City of Perth girls.
Yeah, so Simon, the 2 girls just getting themselves organised. We've got Tom from Sorrento here. Really good race there. You happy with third?
Yeah, definitely. It's always a high level of comp when you're up with Jack and Tom, but no, I'm happy with that, definitely.
And a little bit of a hurdle there to stop you taking your teammates' head off there. That's the last thing you'd expect, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You've got to look after him, he's not a bad flagger, so all the best for the next round, mate.
Thank you, Tom. Well done, third for Sorrento. And
well done,
the first and second now in the beach flags.
Here we go. All right, let's see. Here we go. Gabby versus Britt for the two City of Perth girls. And a big hip and shoulder. They go run past the flag there. All smiles on the finish line. They've missed the flag. There's a big body check a couple of metres out. Gabby Murphy wins round 3 of the WA Surf League. How about that, Grant True?
Yeah, really good race there. We saw a hurdler in the men's last 3. And there we saw both competitors run and wrestle past the flag. Luckily, it was just on Gab's side there. So great racing. As I've said, these girls are best mates, but when it gets down to the flag arena, it's runner on runner. So we're going to just have a quick chat to Britt and then to Gab. So, Britt, happy with your second place there, covered in sand?
Yeah, it was a little bit surprising, actually. I thought Gabby would be much further ahead, but I had a good turn and tried to hold on, but she's a bit stronger, so yeah, she deserves it.
And you did well to get into the final. Again, another close race. The starts were extremely level, and it just comes down to that leg speed at the back half of the course.
Yeah, definitely. We've done a lot of work in the gym, and I feel like my starts have really improved, but I haven't done enough competition practice, so hopefully that helps.
There you go. Well done. Good points for your team today, the second City team. And we're just going to now have a quick chat to Gab. You took out last round. Well done. Winner today.
Oh, thank you. It was obviously tough competition again. It was good to have Teagues back. Really good to have Britt. I knew I had to put the hip and shoulder in there, otherwise she would have definitely got me.
There you go. So it was your birthday during the week, is that right? How old? 21, 20?
Ooh, 24.
Not that old in the scheme of things. So well done, Gab. You took out the last round. You've taken out round 3 of the Surf League. Good points for your club. And we're not far away from the men's final. So well done.
Yeah, well done, Gab. Bit of a cheer up there on the hill. Well done from those guys up there. Security keeping an eye on those guys. We go now, Truey. The two big hitters, two favourites go through. Matt, blokes are on the line right now.
Yeah, absolutely. These are the best beach flaggers in Australia, and you get to watch them live on mybeach.com. Let's see how they go in 1 on 2. Real quick start there. Probably just at the bottom. Jackson getting the best of the start. And, look, that start really stamped his authority early on that race into Tom Nolan taking out second position.
Yeah, great run there. Tommy Nolan just gets himself up. Just a shade behind Jacko, so strong as he came through there. So we'll have a quick chat to him. Just a reminder to all our friends at home and people watching us online at mybeach.com and down here at the beach. We go back to the water very soon. We go down to the Taplin. Let's have a quick chat to Tom Nolan now, if we can. Tommy, well done, mate. A quality field today. How was the final run for you?
Tough as always. So, yeah, definitely have to work for it.
Mate, so you've been around forever. How do you keep yourself motivated and coming back for these things? You've been racing forever on the white sands in Western Australia. You're still pretty pumped to try and get the medals, hey?
Yeah, I think it's always really good fun. We've got a really good crew, so it's always enjoyable to come down and be down the beach, where somewhere I like to be.
Well done, mate. Congratulations today. Thank you, Tom. Tom Nolan from Northcott. And Jacko, got the great gang over there. They went up as one as you got there. That was a good, strong performance. You paced yourself through all the runs, but good last run, hey?
Yeah, had a couple of sloppy turns halfway through, but yeah, lucky to do the last 2 turns were good and did it when it counts against Tommy. He's a great flagger, and also Tommy Hodgkin's been turning really well at training, so good to have a battle out with him too.
Nice to get some points for the club as we see you get some support from your teammates here. Good concept this, mate, isn't it? You love it.
Yeah, I love coming down with the team and racing, trying to get points for the club and try to get us up there towards some prize money, and hopefully if we get some, the club puts it over the bar for us, so that'll be good.
You get bacon and egg rolls up there, mate, for $5. I know you won't have one of those. Just finally, so back for the beach sprint in a little while?
Yeah, back for the beach sprint against another tough field with Tom and Tommy Cavs from City and Will Host, so it should be a good battle and hopefully have another good race there and come away with the win.
Well done, mate. You're a star today. Good work.
Cheers.
Jackson Simons, and he's had a good run today, and the locals very, very happy with themselves. So we go down to the water now, folks. We have a little break in proceedings as we prepare ourselves on the water arena. Thanks to all of our officials who helped us with the beach flags today. There's a lot of team support down here today, Grant. This surf club business This format is about the athletes, but to all the guys who come down, the volunteers and the officials, we thank them. This great concept, which is the WA Surf League, couldn't happen without them. We're going to the Taplin first. For people who haven't seen the Taplin, maybe watching on mybeach.com.au, this is normally one of the final events of a surf carnival. It's always been popular because we have a male Taplin and a female Taplin, but this is where the teams get to put their best guys in each of the legs. But we've got a bit of a change in the format today. Explain that for people watching at home.
Yeah, that's right. So as I mentioned before, a normal Taplin. In the males, we'll have 6 competitors. In the females, they'll have 3. Today, we've got 8. So we've got 2 ski, 2 board, 2 running, and 2 swimming. So the runners don't often join in with a Taplin. In the Cameron, in the Nippers, they do. So this is a bit back to old school for some of these beach sprinters being able to actually compete in the Taplin.
If you just, we'll just get our cameraman to swing around here to have a look at the water. The first couple of rounds of the WA Surf League, we've had an easterly, quite a strong easterly. So the guys have had to battle as they've come back in. But if you look behind me now, out at the beach at Sorrento, you can see the sea breeze has been in for quite some time. It's sort of levelled out a bit. There's no swell as such. There's a little bit of a sandbar here at Sorrento. But we will see some runs back in for the board paddlers and for the ski guys in particular. And of course, they are very much part of the Taplin. But nice and breezy, nice and cool down here, Trui, as we await the start of the Taplin. And you can see the teams. This is a really popular event, this one. It involves a run on the beach, lots of crowd support from the different clubs. And we're not far away from kicking off the water events today. We've seen North Cottesloe dominate the female boat crew races. We've seen North Cottesloe dominate the A-grade male boats. We've seen Gabby Murphy take out the beach flags from City of Perth, getting some points. And we've seen Jackson Simons, who's been a star, I reckon, true. He's been a real star. He's a relaxed character, very popular amongst his teammates, and Jacko Simons take out the beach flag. So all in readiness down here at the beach. Just to repeat, as we will for our audience at home, we're live streaming today to mybeach.com.au. WA Surf League is mostly finals, right? So we go straight through with all the finals. So we'll have a swim final, a ski final, and a paddle final today as well.
Yeah, that's right. So I mentioned before, 8 in each team, 14 clubs represented in this race today. So some quick maths, that's 112 competitors in this race today. Logistically, it's going to be tough for these crews to work out where their gear goes. The officials, as we've mentioned, always do a great job. They're getting their final commands, and we're going to see the swimmers heading into the water first. So male swimmers first today, probably the likes of your favourite Simon Hootengar is going to be one to watch. Andy Donaldson also did a really good swim in the last surf race, and then also looking back to Trigg Island. The Trigg Island team will be very strong in this Taplin. Their 2 top teams they've got some great paddlers in Dan Humble and Reese Baker paddling well. I think I saw Lana Nichols in before paddling for Trigg Island, so Olympic paddler. She's joining the ranks within their top team, so that's going to put them in good stead. And also the top 2 teams from City of Perth, really strong in the swim and the board, and we'll have to see how their ski paddlers go hanging on.
Haven't seen Alana Nichols for a while. Sprint kayaker, of course, wasn't she, Trui? So she's a gun over the 250, the 500 and the 1,000. And be great to see her out there in the waves today doing what she loves. She's been in surf clubs since she was 8 years of age. Nice to see her back for the WA Surf League. He is one of my favourites, Simon Hootengar. He is yesterday we had the briefing for the Rottnest Channel Swim. If I can quickly mention another event, you've done a number of those solo. Hoots is a Hall of Famer for the Rottnest Channel Swim, and so he should be. But a couple of new inductees yesterday. Jeremy McClure, the Paralympic swimmer. He was there yesterday being inducted into that. And also Phil Chapman from the Tritons Water Polo Club, who swam butterfly to Rottnest one year. 19.7 Ks of butterfly, Tree. I'm good for about 25 metres, and I had to get out of the pool. Not a bad effort.
Yeah, look, as you mentioned, I do a little bit of swimming. I think he makes up for all the butterfly that I don't do at swimming training. So not a big fan of that. Talking of Rottnest, we've got Harry Hewitt swimming for the Northcott B team. His dad, Ben, is one of the legends of the Rottnest Channel Swim. So he's down here watching. Harry did a great swim yesterday, winning the under-18 Cot to Swanee, one of the big open water swim races here in Western Australia. Won the under-18s. probably a little bit short for his conditions today, but I know he's excited about getting out and mixing it with these other surf competitors. But definitely keep an eye out for the top 2 teams from City of Perth and from Trig Island, especially Trig Island ski paddlers.
So all in readiness down here for the Taplin. We'll just get our camera to have a look over here at the competitors, if we will. Just if you look along the line of competitors, all the different guys ready to go. So we've got, as Grant True said, 14 teams in attendance today. This is what it's all about. Club on club, athlete on athlete, getting points in the WA Surf League. And you can see the officials bringing people forward. So the swimmers off early, swimmers off first. And we see young Matt Collis, who's a bit of a shining star as well, Tree. He's looking forward to good swim. He's been competing in Freshwater Bay and over east in the last month or so. So Matthew Collis gets to go off first for the City of Perth crew. Just one of the young juniors are in there. So young guys off first, ploughing into that headwind and into these choppy conditions here at Sorrento Beach.
So the course, for those watching at home on mybeach.com.au or the fans watching on the beach today, the swim course today, you can see the big yellow marker, boys. Really easy to see when you're swimming, and I think they'll be going out around that black and white as well. The board course, which will be up next, they'll go to the next series of cans, and then they'll actually run in around the apex in the orange can. And the ski paddlers, I'd say they'll be going out to that far middle yellow can. So beach sprinters, they'll be doing the last leg, and then we hand over to the female swimmers as well. So male swimmers making their way down. Big field. Some of these boys are really tall, really strong, wide across the shoulders, sort of meat axe shoulders for swimming in these conditions. And we look forward to seeing how they go. Short bank, short nasty chop, and maybe a little bit of a chance to get a run on the way in. So first water event for today. We've seen the boats go round. Northcott dominated that. And we saw Gab and Jackson do really well in the flag. So water competitors get their chance to shine now. And again, just a reminder, if you're at home watching, make sure you share the link on our Facebook or other social media that you might be looking at, and on mybeach.com.
Thanks, Grant True. All in readiness down here on the white sands of Sorrento. Thanks to the Sorrento Surf Club for having us today. 14 teams, all the Metro Surf Clubs and the Country Surf Clubs represented in some way, shape or form. First of the boys down, ready to go into the water. Usually around 250 to 300 metres, these courses. And depending on the banks and the different things they've got to do. There's a long run along the beach as well for all of the competitors. And they bring out the specialist runners for the run along the beach in the Taplin. So, as Truey said, over 100 competitors in the Taplin, male and female combined here. Very spectacular event. Make sure you get behind your team. If you're down here on the beach, come down and give us a cheer, give us a yell, because we'd like to get right behind these guys. Swimmers under final instruction as they are about to head off in the Taplin relay for male and females. The first of our water events today. We will have a swim final, male and female. We'll have a ski final, male and female, and a board final, male and female. And then we're going to Ironman and Ironwoman to conclude events here. Big crowd down here at Sorrento Beach, Grant True. A little bit of a wave, a little bit of a gully for the competitors to contend with as they come in. But the boys are on the line right now.
Yeah, big field here, as I mentioned. 14 swimmers on the line, 112 competitors in total in this Taplin. So not much of a wave that's really going to push these swimmers in from a long way out. We see them lined up. A little bit of nervousness on the start line there. Looks like that's the Northcott competitor. That might be it for them. So pretty tough conditions on the start. No mucking around. And one of the Northcotts there just dropped out. So the rest of the guys will be on tender hooks now. Really nervous. No more breaks. They don't want to risk their team members.
In starters' hands for the Taplin. And for those of you down the beach, you can see our drone up in the sky. The drone will provide the overhead shots for those of you watching and listening at home. mybeach.com.au. I know a couple of you down here are having a look on your phones and on your tablets down here. And Pretty spectacular conditions at the moment. The wind probably around that 15 knot mark. And just a bit of discussion down here on the start line for our officials. Just getting some clarification down here. Just to repeat, as we wait, we've had 3 rounds of this particular series. It's called the WA Surf League. It's a great way to showcase the talent, all finals. We've been at North Cottesloe, dominated by Northcott in the boats and on the sand. We've been at City Beach, dominated by City Beach and Trig Island. Trig Island making the big comeback. We reboot, we reset the scoreboard here at Sorrento. We go back to 0. It's all about team points down here in Sorrento. So just waiting on our start for the Taplin. All the big names. I reckon we have heard that Phil Clayton may be in the house. Phil Clayton, the multiple Australian title winner and world surf champion. So Phil, if you're around, nice to have you back in WA. He's been running coaching courses for our nippers. And a terrific bloke, terrific athlete, Phil Clayton in the house, we believe. Just see Simon Hootengar down there, Chewy, just gazing out to sea. One of my favourites. Who's your favourite, Chewy?
I suppose a little bit of being a little bit parochial there again. Andy Donaldson, the Flying Scotsman in the B team. He's always a bit of a laugh. Likes to wear a kilt at the surf club dinners every year. And I don't think it's just the dinners. I think he likes wearing it out and about on the town. So he's one of my favourites. I've mentioned Harry Hewitt. He's going to be probably a little bit of the next generation of these young fellas coming through in surf race swimming. But again, not just the swimmers. I really like the Trig Island ski paddlers. So strong, so powerful. We've mentioned Dan, we've mentioned Reese. Alana, another superstar of paddling in Western Australia. She's won Australian championships with both Scarborough and Triggs. So we see these guys just starting to get lined up. Final briefing from the officials after the early discussions. And these guys are now ready to go. Goggles going on. They're starting to refocus on this race. So not much of a bank there. And we see Trig Island competitors probably getting the best of the start. They're nice big long legs, and these competitors down to the right. So not the longest swim today, but definitely enough of an opportunity for the champion swimmers just to start getting on the wash, finding their position within this. We've got some great footage from the drone, so you'll just see this legs going crazy, arms going crazy. It's like a washing machine out there. Board paddlers starting to get themselves ready because this swim will be over in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, so a good start there from Matthew Collis from the City of Perth Surf Club. The long legs and long arms of one of our talented young blokes. You can see him on the northern side of the course. Matt Collis has got a good start. He's just starting to tuck in now. He's taken off like you wouldn't believe, but a really good start. You can see Simon Hootengar in as well from City of Perth. Gun swimmer, gun distance swimmer. And he will be there or thereabouts. You'll like this. Swimming into the chop, swimming into the headwind. The strong boys will like this stuff. A pretty short swim today in the Taplin. So flat out from the start. And there's plenty of long training miles in these guys. 14 of them in the water from the 14 different teams. They go to the board next. You can see our overhead shots. I reckon if you're at home, you can probably see the shots of the guys in the water. We've got a couple of guys just got clear a little bit there, Truey. So a couple of guys have broken free swimming into the wind.
Yeah, look, that's probably Andy Donaldson right out in front at the moment. I mentioned before where we do have some great footage. Behind me at the moment, you can see the board paddlers just starting to warm up. These guys are probably another 5 or 6 strokes before they turn right. As we mentioned, conditions today, they're going to get a little bit of assistance, a little bit of a tailwind, and it's going to be really hard for those swimmers in the middle of the field to make any movements on the top pack. But probably more so than any other swim race we've seen so far, it is neck and neck out there. These board paddlers, they'll be starting to wonder, where's my swimmer? What do I have to do to either keep my team in a good spot or to move up a few positions? Big points. Team events count for extra points. So the 112 competitors that I mentioned in this race, they all want those maximum points. Simon, you're down there on the turning flag. And what does it look like from there? They're swimming straight at you at the moment.
All right, so concluding stages of the first of the Taplin swims. There's a couple of red and white caps in there. You can see a Trig Island cap in there as well. So City of Perth leading, Trig Island in second at the moment. So the run reasonably important today as they get the handoff. This is a pretty short swim today, normally around 250 metres, but first of our guys up today. So a bit of a cheer starting to build on the beach now, Truey. So I'll get you to call these guys through. And Trig Island and City Beach are up and running. Little gully there. There's Simon Hootengar in third. Let's bring the boys through. You call them through, Truey.
Yeah, that looks like Callum from Trig Island. They're really good swim. He's a good open water swimmer as well. Into second place, Andy Donaldson, the Flying Scotsman. And then Simon Hootengar. Just being passed there by Harry Hewitt into third position. So really good running there from the tall fella. And Trig Island, a City of Perth, Northcott, City of Perth, Trig Island, Mullaloo. So close at this stage. This is unbelievable racing. First water event, and it's getting pretty excited for these crews to get their maximum points.
Yeah, a lot of support on the beach too, Grant True, from the clubs as the guys come through. So City of Beach and Trig right up there. Hootengar sitting in third or fourth. And they should get a bit of a run as they come in right today. So if you're watching at home, mybeach.com.au, hopefully you can see all the action on our overhead cameras, our fixed cameras and our mobile cameras today. So short swim, short board for the crew today. You can see the skis, the male ski paddlers getting ready. Some big hitters in there. They were very dominant, the Trig paddlers last time around. Dan Humble and Big Reese Baker were awesome in round 2 of the WA Surf League. But they'll like what they're seeing out there, Truey. Trig Island looking good out there.
Yeah, have a look at that. We talk about wash riding similar to, say, the Tour de France bike riders when they're getting a bit of a slick stream. But we can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all working together as a team at this stage. So Trig Island, City, Trig Island, bookended there at the moment. It's very, very short racing. Short sprint, fast racing. Great for those watching at home on mybeach.com.au. But already into the second leg, ski paddlers are getting warmed up. You think those board paddlers were quick around their course? Wait till you see these big, powerful, strong guys smash it out across this Taplin course.
Just to let people know, if we do have a close finish today, the orange flags are our finish line at the southern end of Sorrento Beach. The orange flags is our finish line today if we do have a sprint finish. So Trig up and about and going beautifully, Grant True. City Beach, so Trig and City Beach going first, second, third, fourth here.
Yeah, pretty tight racing there. So if we're just watching down on that exchange, that tag there. So these board paddlers, one little last run before they tag their ski paddlers on the back. So looks like it's Dan out there in the lead, handing over. Look, that's going to be a really hard lead. We mentioned the wash riding. None of these guys are going to get assistance off Dan out in the lead there. So clean break there, and that might well set them up. Don't forget, Dan is going to be handing over to a beach sprinter and then over to Madeline Thompson in the swim. So she's a great swimmer, really well positioned for this Trig Island team.
So they're using the long apex of the course here. The course reasonably short for the swimmers and the paddlers and the board paddlers today. Probably changed somewhat because of the choppy conditions. But the boys heading around the apex of the course, or heading to the apex of the course now. So there is a sea breeze here at Sorrento Beach for round 3 of the WA Surf League. Came in reasonably early today, probably around 10 or 15 knots, we reckon, just enough to cause some technicalities and a bit of hard work on the outgoing legs for all of our athletes. So Trig Island 1, 2, we reckon, out there on the water, so dominant in the ski paddles in round 2 at City Beach. I reckon Trig will be pretty pleased. We go over to the female athletes very shortly. We'll go through the 4 legs once again, and the beach sprinters to bring it home. So just looking down at the boys on the beach now, the ski paddlers will hand over. I'll tell you what, True, one of the things I always notice at these events, the board paddlers, the guys just on the board, they run super hard compared to the swimmers. I mean, the swimmers are pretty fatigued, but these guys, their legs are pretty good, and obviously the board paddlers running really hard on the sand, right?
Yeah, it is a little bit different. You'll see the ski paddlers when they get off, they've been sitting there and the blood supply to their legs is a little bit sort of cut off. brilliant running there, but a lot of the times you'll see ski paddlers really just starting to struggle. So these guys are sprinters. Will Host there, obviously in the lead, giving these ski paddlers a break there.
Great
so
running.
1-2 for Triggs, 3-4 for City.
Great running from Will Host there. That was to see these guys side on Trui over the longer run as the girls go into the water. So Trig away at 1-2. Great running from Will Host. He gets his team into a good spot there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Trig Island there, I think that's looks like Maddie there in the lead at the moment. The first swimmer there for City of Perth, we thought it might have been Jade Mickle. It's actually Heidi Gann. So we just see Tom Nolan running around for the first of the North Cot teams there, and these ladies now making their way across. A little bit of a tricky bank, but no problems for those swimmers that are out in the lead.
Fair bit going on across that bank, Trui. There's a lot of face planting and a lot of people getting there, but just such is the intensity. You know, when a beach sprinter hands over to you, you feel like you got to go really fast straight away, don't you? Because that's what they're like. All that adrenaline, all that testosterone, the girls away. So Heidi Gann in the water now. Gunn, Olympian, not for Australia, but an Olympian for another country, Hong Kong, I think, from memory. So Heidi Gann out there in the water now. So all for points. These points all important, and you can hear every single athlete getting a cheer as they go through. Just a reminder, our finish line of those two orange flags on the southern end of the beach. We now go into the female section of the Taplin, and Trig Island are away out there. That's a good gap, Grant True.
Yeah, Madeline there, fantastic swim. She's probably doubled that lead. So we saw her in round 1 and round 2 do some great swims. This is going to set them up really, really well. Strong board paddlers coming through, and then ski paddlers for Trig Island. We mentioned Heidi Gann actually represented Malaysia in the 10-kilometre open water swim. She's just coming up into second position. So again, really, really short conditions for these open water swimmers. But again, it's a good chance for them to have a hit out. Some would have swam yesterday. They probably trained in the afternoon, and now they're back here competing. So into the women's now. First swimmer there for Trig Island, Madeline Thompson. Have a look at that. It's a beautiful swimming stroke there. Just how long she's looking up, sighting that big yellow can. She knows that when she turns right, she's got a little bit of assistance, and then she's got to run.
First 2 rounds of the WA Surf League, she's been really prominent, but hasn't quite sort of, I reckon, got the result she wanted, but she'll be pleased with this. She's always on the podium, isn't she, Trui? Fantastic swimmer, very, very strong swimmer, and she'll be enjoying these conditions a bit. I reckon you see them just choosing a bit of an angle to try and get themselves into that green and yellow flag to hand off. But girls on the board ready to go. We might try and catch up with one of the lead athletes down here in the Taplin if we can. The Taplin event, the first of our water arena events today. So, City of Perth Trig out in front, and City of Perth guys never far away. We've got 2 Trig guys and 2 City of Perth guys in our top 4 in the Taplin relay at this stage. And the board paddle all important. Pretty short course today, True, isn't it? But that's just how it is. But so the guys are pushing out into the waves. Trig have hung on to this lead right from the first leg, haven't they?
Yeah, that's right. The first swim there was Trig Island ahead, stamped their authority early, and they've held that all the way through. Their ski paddlers, as I keep mentioning, will be the ones that are going to bring this home. But there's still a lot of work to go. So we see just a little bit of a wave there. Good little bit of body surfing there by Madeline there just to finish off that swim, and that maybe 10-metre lead in the ocean, that's going to turn into 20, 30, 40 metres by the time she finishes this run. Board paddlers are getting excited. Madeline just striding out there, as I said, 40-metre lead now. That's going to be tough to pull back.
Go, Maddie's the call from the beach. There's one of your City of Perth athletes coming through now, Trui. So Heidi Gann, and a good swim from Heidi. Good work from her. So Trig 1 and 3. Maddie pretty popular. And Nikita from Trig, who has been one of the stars of the first 3 rounds. She's got a nice little lead there. She's only 14, I reckon, and she heads out now. Plenty of urging, all for points. All these points are important, Trui.
Yeah, lots of points there, and see the rest of these competitors just coming through. A bit of a pack towards the back there. We see Sorrento, the 2 Sorrento teams, Mullaloo, Fremantle, they're all swimming as a pack there, and then we look back to Northcott as well. So really good swimming there. As we said, short course, amphitheatre type beach setup, and board paddlers are now making their way. Lead competitors already at that turning can.
I've got to try and have a chat to Madeline Thompson down here on the beach. She's just still sucking in the big ones after a good swim, but she's got herself, her and her team out in the lead. Hey, Maddie, well done. I know you're still working a bit down here. How's the conditions out there that suited you, I reckon?
Yeah, the conditions are good. Just a bit choppy, which is what I like to swim in, not have it dead flat, a bit of a something, just constantly pushing me.
Works for someone like you who's a strong swimmer. Important to try and get some Trig Island points. You had a really good round in the second round, so going hard to get some points.
Yeah, you just got to give it your all in this last round, get as much points for your club and not just like race for yourself as well, but also race for your teammates.
Now Nikita's out there on the board, I reckon, isn't she? The little superstar. She's been good in the first two rounds. She loves the competition and she loves to wear the white, red and green, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's good to see Nikita coming through as a young guy, especially giving those open competitors a run for their money.
All right, well done today. We'll see you in the swim, hey?
Thank you.
Maddie Thompson from Trig Island Surf Club. So, overhead shots, and that's a nice paddle from Nikita. She's been a star, this young lady. You can see her teammates are saying all get nursing her in, so nice work. Give her a big cheer as she comes through, Trig people. Surf fans, one of the up-and-coming stars. You heard Maddie say she's loves to compete. She's a racer. Very, very strong, very determined. Right, Truey?
Yeah, so look, she's going to be doing the beach sprint later on today. So she's gone from the board, putting in a great paddle, extending that lead for the top team from Triggs, and then she's going to be saving herself from the board, and she'll be doing the sprint later on. So Karis Graham there, just their first paddler for Trig Island. She's going to have a really good lead. And then we see into second position and third, the next teams from City of Perth. So handing over to Jade Mickle in that for the first City team. But she's got a lot of work if she's going to try and peg back Karis. Really comfortable paddle there. Well done to Triggs. I think they're going to be hard to beat in this first Taplin race.
Bring them through, bring all of your athletes through. All of these points count today in round 3 of the WA Surf League. So give your teammates a big cheer as they come through. Trig Island out in front. You can see Jade Mickle with company. Jade Mickle so dominant in round 2, wasn't she, Truey, in all the individual events, in the swim, the ski. Just a little bit of surf knowledge. Most of the races she won in the second round were courtesy of a wave. A little bit of experience right on the line. So she's pretty handy, Jade Mickle, but it looks like Trig Island might take this out today. The beach sprinters lining up for the run to the orange flags to bring them home.
Yes, as I said, Trig Island, they're going to be pretty comfortable here, taking out early points. Second and third, fourth and fifth, that's going to come down to a battle between City and Triggs for those. So we mentioned second and third at the moment, Triggs and City. Kira in fourth position for City of Perth, and Alana, the Olympian, chasing her down. So nice flat conditions, a little bit of a chop there. It's going to suit Alana on the way in, where we really see the power coming in.
If we can have all of the swimmers to registration, all of the swimmers to the tent, male and female swimmers, we need you now to sign up for the open swims. Open swim, male and female, to the tent. If you're in the Taplin, please make your way over. If you're not, make your way over to the tent to register for the swim. Here we go, Truey, not far away. We're going to call them all through today. 14 teams in, 112 athletes. Nice work from a big smile from Karis Graham there as she hands over to her beach sprinter. Big smile there, Truey. Trigger pretty happy, I reckon. So Trig will cross the line first in the Taplin, and that's good work from them. Good solid team performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we see Trig Island just crossing the line now. Well done, good sprint there. And then moving into second position after that great paddle, the second team from Trig Island. And I'd say very soon we'll see City of Perth crossing line into third position. So good tough racing there. The Trig Island and City, we picked them early as being the strengths and powerhouses in this Taplin, and they haven't disappointed. Filling 3 teams from each club filling the top 6. So big points there, knocking out other clubs for points. It's going to come down to, I think it's going to be really close on the points for the rest of the day.
Yeah, makes it. We can hear the noise down on the beach in our microphones, I reckon, as the beach sprinters hammer home. Just a reminder to all of you who are in the male and female open swim, we need your names on the sheets. We need you to register down here at the tents. All male and female in the open swim, please make your way to registration as soon as you possibly can. So closing stages of the Taplin, still plenty of clubbies out there in the water. The final beach sprint run home. So all these points add up. Trig Island, very, very good round 2. Looks like they're on the move again today. Tree City of Perth going well in their sprints, but it looks like Trig Island and City of Perth once again having a good round 3. The all-important swim coming up. Let's give them a big cheer as they come home in the Taplin. All these points count for your surf club. Here we go.
That's right, and we see North Cottesloe just crossing the line there in the Taplin. Good to see all these little nippers here. Have a look at them in their fluoro caps. Big cheer for all the nippers. They've got a clinic on today. Look at them cheering, that's great. Good to see, cheering their hometown heroes from Sorrento. So well done, Sorrento crossing the line. Then we'll see Fremantle coming across the line soon, and then the swimmers, they're starting to get ready.
Go Kate's the call from the beach. So Kate finishing now from Freo. Well done, Kate. So Taplin just about run and done, folks. Good points. City of Perth and Trig. And the Northcote guys coming through now. So let's bring Northcote in. Give them a big cheer as they come through. This is the Taplin today, the mixed Taplin. And Northcote finishing there so dominant in round 1. And they'll be looking to pick up some points in the sprints as they always do. For those of you watching at home at mybeach.com.au, we are shortly to go to the swim events here. All swimmers registered, if you will. Short swims today, but plenty of chop. Good for the strong guys to plough out into that light sea breeze, that light westerly that we've got. Madeline Thompson from Trig, very, very pumped to get away today and get her club a win. Not far away from the swim event today. As we see the officials wrap this course up, the swim will shortly start. We have the open finals for swim, ski and paddleboard before we go to the Ironman and Ironwoman events. The boats have been run and won. North Cottesloe, good performances in the A-grade women and A-grade men's. Gabby Murphy from City Beach has taken out the beach flag competition. And Jackson Simons has taken out the men's beach flags competition. So one water arena event down. All female swimmers to the tent and the male swimmers to the tent now. Not far away from our open water swims today.
That's right, Simon joined here on the beach now and going right around the world live streaming with one of the future superstars of the Sorrento Surf Club. Lucas, you're down here for nippers today. Tell us, how old are you?
6.
That's amazing. 6 years old and you're already out learning to be a lifesaver. What have you been doing this morning at nippers?
Playing with my friend.
That's great, and all your friends are over there cheering for you. When you come down to nippers, what's your favourite thing to do?
Flags.
You like the flags? Did you watch the flags before? Yeah, and you're going to maybe watch a replay later on. And what about beach sprints? You like beach sprints?
Yes.
And you like playing with your friends. And how long have you been doing nippers for?
A year.
A year, so 12 months into it. Give a big wave to all your friends watching for the camera. That's good. Thank you, Lucas. And I'll let you get back to your friends. And have a great day at nippers. So yeah, there we saw one of the future superstars of the Sorrento Surf Club. There's about 100 nippers there. Lucas has gone back. He's a bit of a hero now. And speaking of heroes, they're going to be watching their heroes in the water up very soon. Female surf swimmers first, then male surf swimmers, and then into the other events. So big calendar, great support from the nippers. And Simon, I think we're in for some very close racing today.
Yeah, just listening to the marshals in the background just calling all the swimmers to the line. So all in readiness here for the female open swim, straight through to the final. not far away. A bit of a short swim today with the weather conditions, so an all-out sprint. Early positioning, very, very important to that first can. So the female swimmers making their way down to the beach now. So a couple of the pre-race faves. Favourites see Jade Mickle from City of Perth, Madeline Thompson down there as well. And the girls will shortly be on the start line. Truey, this is about club on club, surf clubs. Sorrento are a fantastic surf club, as we've mentioned. Very popular spot here on the coast. Massive junior contingent, as has Mullaloo. Mullaloo, they're really emerging club, aren't they, Truey? You know, the powerhouse clubs have been City of Perth, Trig Island. Trig have been dominant the last 10 or so years, 15 years. But we see Mullaloo and Sorrento really pushing up. Great juniors, good surrounding areas where people can get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you mentioned, Sorrento and Mullaloo, they're the clubs that are coming through. They're going to be the big surf sports clubs in the next 2 or 3 years. Massive amount of nippers, really good junior coaching structures, and they're going to be pushing Trig Island and City of Perth, which they already are. Northcott, they're starting to build their numbers, and which is good to see in the nipper ranks, and that's going to start showing some results in the next 2 or 3 years. So Madeline there and Jade, they're the ones to watch in the surf race. We see Heidi Gann, we mentioned her. She's had a rest, so she's just come in for that one swim in the Taplin. We also see who's been getting thirds in the last couple of rounds, Romy from City of Perth. She's not here today, so that's going to open up an opportunity for one of the other competitors to move in to those top 3 positions. I think it might be Caitlin Knight from Mullaloo. She could be the big improver, if you ask me.
Yeah, true. I reckon the girls would have learned from the Taplin too, the way they went into the water. There was quite a few spills over that little gully. You know, once racing starts, the gun goes off, everyone goes into the water pretty hard, but I reckon they'll work that out a bit more now. There were certainly some early dives as we get some fire. That's Tessa. Hello, Tessa. Down here, give me a high five. Getting dissed by a couple of the kids, but that's okay. To the age group managers, hello, Louis. How are you, mate? Ashley, how are you, buddy? Archie, Jazz, Jake, Malachi. He's just completely ignored me. That's okay. Well done to all the parents down here at Sorrento and all the age group managers. We're not far away from the start of the women's swim. Maddie Thompson was certainly one to watch in the water today. And Jade Mickle there or thereabouts as well. So all the big guns in the water right now and ready to go. The nippers have lined up ready to watch the girls swim. In starters' hands, one of the blue ribbon events, the open water swim, they are away. Let's just watch this start. Yeah, and much better than the Taplin when heaps of girls ploughed in really early, but they've worked that out. Maddie Thompson on the southern end of the course. She'll be pretty strong. She'll be going flat out here, Truey.
Yeah, much cleaner start there. So good to see they've been watching. We see the male competitors making their way to the line. Jade Mickle out ahead on her left hand hip is Madeline Thompson from City. So they've had a fantastic rivalry all year. We saw in round 1, Jade just held Madeline out. Round 2, it came down to a wave, and the extra surf skills of Jade Mickle really put her in good conditions. Not a lot of surf here today, but you watch when they come in. Let's see just what this bank can actually make a difference for these swimmers. So the real tiny waves, some of these little chops, they turn into waves. So watch for these finish.
All right, we'll keep an eye on this. Grant True, our surf expert here down on the beach. Let's see the all-important first turn. That swim out into the chop, very, very important. This light westerly blowing here. Beautiful sights down here at Sorrento. You can see the yachts out there. You can see our overhead shots of the field. The boys just getting into the water to check out the bank and the gully. Looks like a City of Perth might have stolen a bit of a march out there. So City of Perth away with a nice start there, Grant True.
Yeah, so Jade Mickle out there, not enough lead at this stage to back off at all. The rest of the competitors there, so Madeline right on her feet. Jade Mickle just making her way around that black and white can, which will be about halfway of this course. And then we see the chop starting to make its way in. You can see the wind's picked up, the sailing boats are out, and we're now also having the female sprint semis just making their way through. So lots of action down here at Sorrento Beach in Western Australia today. And the beach, the surf swimmers just making their way around that last cam. Jade Mickle still ahead, down to Simon.
Yeah, just make our way around that last can now. That's a great swim from Jade Mickle. The orange flags are on the beach. They're probably about 10 or 15 metres away from the water's edge, so a little bit of a sprint required. No wave as such today, no swell. We saw some waves in round 2 at City Beach that Jade Mickle was able to exploit, being a good surf swimmer and a good surf-minded clubby. But it looks Jade Mickle's really put the hammer down here, Grant. True to all the people watching at home, watching our overhead shots, you can see the girl's really starting to wind up now. So different type of swimming with the wind and swimming with the chop. All out power. You can see plenty of kick, plenty of high arm turnover here from the girls. So Jade Mickle from the City of Perth looks like she has got a couple of body lengths on what I reckon might be Madeline Thompson from Trigg Island. Heidi Gann there or thereabouts as well. But Trigg in 2nd, 3rd and 4th here at the moment. And look at that. Jade Mickle managed to get the tiniest of waves. She is unbelievable, Jade Mickle. How good is that, folks? How good is that? I hope you can see that at home. Jade Mickle managed to get the only little wave out there. Good work. Let's bring Jade Mickle home. That is good swimming. That is good surf swimming. She is a gun. She is a star. Maddie Thompson stands up now. Little bit of a gully to contend with now. Maddie keeps an eye on all of that. But Maddie Thompson picks up 2nd. Look at Trigg, folks, picking up points here. 2, 3 and 4. Well done, Maddie. Well done, Jade. Good swimming from her. Geez, that was a good swim from Jade Mickle. She's very good near the water's edge, as see True. He always manages to find that little run. Yeah,
absolutely. So she'd just come out of the ski in the Taplin, basically had the run and then straight into the surf race. What she did there was she just waited. She just bided a time out in front, had a good position. She was able to dictate the pace for that for the entire pack. And then we saw her around that last can, just drop the pedal, turn a 2 metre lead into about 5 metres, which turned into a wave. So great way to control the surf race. And I'm sure the guys who are on the line, nearly ready to go, they'll be looking to try and do the same.
Thanks, Drew. I'm here with Jade Mickle. You've done it again, Jade. You've won the swim. Round 2, really good for you. Kicked off well today. Round 2, you managed to find yourself a wave as well. Well done. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. I managed to find a wave today. No, it was a good race. I thought they were right on my tail, so I knew I had to go pretty quick coming in.
Maddie's always a good competitor and a very strong. As we see, the men have started their swim. Who do you like in the men's swim today? Who are your teammates out there? Hootengaard's out there, isn't he?
Yeah, Hoots is out there. He is on my team, so I have to say Hoots is the favourite. Not sure if Tommy Gallagher's out there, but if Tommy's out there, he'll give him a run for his money as well.
Well done to you, Jade. Jade, just for people at home, what's coming up next in the rest of the summer for you? We'll keep an eye on that men's field. Getting to the can first, all important. What's next for you?
Well, now that the swim results have come in, I'm on the team for the WA to go over east for the last round of the Ocean 6, which is exciting, and States and the Aussies which are at home at Scarborough.
Good luck. Well done in the swim today. Keep it going.
Yeah, thank you.
Jade Mickle from the City of Perth Surf Club. Well done, Jade. Thank you. Chewy, the boys are around the can. What can you see?
Yeah, so as we expected, it's really tight racing out there at the moment. We've mentioned Simon, Jack Wilson from Motherloo. They're separated by 1 point for the champion surf race swimmer for the series. So Callum Smith from Trigg Island, he'll be out in the lead at the moment. Andy Donaldson we've mentioned, and also Harry. So they're probably going to be the top 5. But at this stage, it looks like it might be Callum Smith out in the lead. Probably also joined by Lachlan Meldrum there. He's a good young swimmer. He'll be making his stamp for the top 5.
Yeah, thanks, Grant. So we get to see the swimmers side on, folks. Often with these apex courses we see in the surf club, you get them to swim away. They sort of swim away from you than in. But today we get to see the swimmers from side on. Jade Mickle looked awesome as she was side on. We need all the board paddlers, male and female, to registration. All board paddlers to the tent. Come and see our marshals for marshalling board paddlers, male and female. Race on here, Chewy. This is going to be tight, I reckon.
Yeah, so that's Andy Donaldson out in lead for the second city team. He's right on his tail. Looks like it's Callum Smith and Jack Wilson. So we mentioned Jack Wilson needs a few points over Simon. Simon's well positioned just on the back of that. So he might be waiting, but he's going to have to make his move pretty soon. So Andy Donaldson there, you see the kick just starting to pick up. Callum will be starting to really wind up. Jack Wilson also from Motherloo. You watch him come home in the last 20 metres.
Yeah, just keep an eye on this. This is a close finish coming up right now. The finish line 10 or 15 metres off from the water's edge, so a little bit of might be required. A little bit of running may be required. We saw Jade Mickle winning She was out in front by a couple of body lengths, but managed to get herself a wave. City Beach out in front. Trig making a run now, Grant True.
Yeah, Callum and Jack, they've just come right up onto Andy to try and take out those points. So Callum pushing hard on that wave. Jack just on the other side of him. So Callum first to his feet there, just trying to milk these little runs. We saw Jade get a wave. No waves here for these guys. They're straight up to their feet waiting. Look who's in fourth. Simon Hootenga. He's waiting to pounce. But it looks like it's going to be Trig Island, probably Mullaloo, for a sprint finish with City of Perth. So Callum and then Andy and Jack to fill the top three.
Yeah, Simon Hootenga, my favourite, comes in fourth, so probably a bit short for Hoots today. Good work, boys. Very exciting race. Trig Island picking up some points today. We'll just be interested to see what finished, how that second place transpired today. I think the marshals have given the boys a bit of a nod, and I might get Grant True to head over to have a chat to our lead swimmers. Good race, that. Good race. Massive sprint right from the start. Get around that first can. That's what it's all about today. And Grant True moving in to speak to the winner of the men's swim. This is round 3, WA Surf League, streamed live, mybeach.com.au, and a nice little crowd down here at Sorrento Surf Club. All right, the beach sprint has commenced. So the beach sprint, the women's beach sprint has commenced out there on the sand. And Britt from City of Perth moving through that heat there with Tegan Mafscioni right on her hammer. So the first of the beach sprint heats gone through for the girls. Truey, you're down there without a winner.
Yes, thanks, Simon. We're joined here now with the winner of the open male surf race, Callum from Trig Island. Great swim there. You seem to just wait and then pounce at the end.
Yeah, it's quite a short swim today. Bit of chop out there makes it feel a bit longer than it is. But the plan was just try get with the front boys, try sit on Donaldson's feet for the last bit, and then at the last can try swim over the top of them. I was lucky to just get him at the end, but yeah, credit to him, he went out hard and it paid off. He got third, but probably should have deserved the win. And
you had Jack on the other side of you. He sort of snuck up just behind you. Andy probably didn't even know he was there.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really know he was there. I saw him at the apex of the black and white, and then I thought we dropped him, but he just stuck there and saw him with like 5 metres to go, and he really kicked it up, and yeah, just credit to him. He came out with second as well, which is pretty good for a 15-year-old, so credit where credit's due.
Yeah, look, he's going to be one of the ones to watch into the future. Tell us about the conditions. Head chop on the way out. How did that go?
Yeah, it makes it tougher than what it is. It doesn't look like a very long course, but going out that first can, it feels a lot longer than the 70 metres it looks. Feels more like 150, to be honest with you. Makes it a hard race when it comes to the end, but at least you get the breeze when you come back in.
And so is that it for you today? Any other races?
No, I'm all done today. Just going to cheer on the boys, and hopefully Trig can get it over the line and pull up a win.
Look, you've done well in the Taplin already, so I'm sure Trig Island are well placed on the points. Well done, Open Surf Race champion for the males. Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
Yeah, well done, Truey. So the board paddlers heading to the line now. All finals today. This format for the WA Surf League. So the board paddlers, male and female, heading down. Just seen a couple of heats run through in the women's beach sprint. Long run today. They're normally around that 90-metre mark. Just looks really long here on Sorrento. Beautiful sand here at Sorrento for sprinting. A fantastic beach. Great place for the WA Surf League. That breeze holding steady, Truey, around about 15 or so knots. So they're calling the guys through nice and quickly. So this is the beach sprint. The heats of the beach sprint. We're not far away from starting the paddle down there. So the female paddlers off first. Just checking out the conditions as they go in off the beach. First of the male heats in the beach sprint coming up right now. You can see the officials have cleared the course and they're good to go. First of the heats in the beach sprint. About to get underway for the men. If you're watching us at home today, you'll see different camera shots from different parts of proceedings today. The water events are on. Beach sprints are on up on the sand. We conclude today with the Iron Man and the Iron Woman events. Hope you're enjoying all the action at home. Right, the boys go down on the beach sprint. And Grant True down on the water. Grant, we've seen once again Trig on the move here in round 3.
Yes, Simon, we're off in the start for the one of the heats in the beach sprint. Really top field. We see Jackson just striding out there comfortably through in looking into a final. It's amazing who you meet down on the beach at Nippers Days. Simon, friends from yesteryear from school. Just bumped into a good friend Lauren, whose kids are now down here. I've just seen another mate, Mark, whose kids are down here. It's a great place to meet new people and a great place to catch up with friends that you might not have seen for a few years. So superstars are racing, friends and families are watching, having a coffee, and the female board paddlers just starting to get themselves organised.
Just saw Jackson Simons say to Simon Hootengar as he went past, you needed another 5 Ks out there in that swim, didn't you, mate? And Hootengar, I'm not sure what Simon said back to him. Didn't seem overly complimentary, but club on club, man on man. And Long Beach Sprint, very dominant performance in that first heat from Jacko Simons. He just cruised. He got a big lead, very powerful. Takes out the flags. It's a long run today. It's like Tommy Nolan down there. We mention that the guys at the front of the field a fair bit because they catch your eye, but of course this is all about team racing today and picking up points for your team in the WA Surf League. So these competitions made up of people right through the field, from the talented juniors right through, and they are away. Look at Tommy Nolan, folks, in the blue and white from North Cottesloe. He's up, and that's about as good as it gets, isn't it, folks? Look at that technique there of Tommy Nolan. Nice work from him. Well done, boys. Good running.
Yeah, so just so comfortable up there, Simon, at the top of that course. We saw Jackson stride through. Tommy had time just to have a bit of a look around to make sure he was going to make through, but such a technician when it comes to technique. Not an ounce of energy wasted, and he's going to be saving it for the final. He'll be joined by Will Host, I would recommend, I would suggest, from Trig Island, and this is going to be a real quick final.
I mentioned to, I think last time I spoke to Tom, I mentioned that he'd been around forever. He wasn't that keen on that. Doesn't like to think of himself as a veteran, I don't think. He's not a master yet, but my point being, as he has dominated sprinting in WA for many a long year, and he still holds his form, still a competitor, still loves to win, and I reckon Jackson Simons being on the scene will be just what he needs.
Okay, so final time for the women beach sprints. They've gone through and done their semis. As expected, the superstars of sprinting are in there. Gabby, Tegan, Britt, and then Anna from Northcott as well. So really good running here. The ladies are just getting themselves organised. Great lot of nippers down here on the bottom of the course cheering them on. They'll be cheering on Sorrento, 2 runners in this final. Great to see. 3 from Northcott there, 2 from City and 1 from Mullaloo. So points are still all important, and we know that Gab Murphy and Tegan, they're going to be, or Gab more so, vying off for the points for the female beach sprint champion.
So all in readiness for the final here. If you're watching at home, mybeach.com.au, our cameras bring you all the action. This is the final of the female beach sprint. If you didn't see it earlier, Gabby Murphy managed to edge out Britt Houghton from City of Perth. In a little bit of a surprise, Tegan Mafscione, the big hitter, the gun from round 1, went out in the penultimate round. Tegan Mafscione pretty fired up, I reckon, Truey. She's incredibly competitive, and she'll want this one. Britt Houghton having a really good day. She looked fantastic in the Taplin Relay Beach Run as well. Britt Houghton, City of Perth. Gabby Murphy, City of Perth. Tegan Mafscione in there as well. The final of the beach sprint. You can see all the nippers down there, so make some noise as the girls come through. Long run here today, around about 90 metres or so, as it always is. Beautiful sands here at Sorrento Beach. About to host the final of the women's beach sprint. So we'll just get a couple of nippers back behind the line, just encroaching on the course a little bit. Hands go up in starters' hands, Grant True.
Yeah, these ladies will be given their final starting orders. The gun's gone up. You'll see them quite a traditional track start, but instead of starting blocks, they actually dig holes into the sand. So these ladies are set. Off to a very even start there. Gabby got a really good start at the top. Tegan starting to put the pedal down on the far side, but Britton Horton, well done. It looks like it's going to be Britton Horton there, and then closely followed by Gab and Tegan. So massive amounts of power there coming in. We saw a very even start, and then Britt Horton just put the pedal down to what looks like a really good win.
Yeah, there's a great win. So Gabby Murphy right on her shoulder. Tegan, I reckon, might have been just bumped out for a third and gone into fourth, but good win for the City of Perth. Britt Houghton there. She'll be pretty stoked with that. She's having a good day today. She just narrowly missed winning the beach flags as well, courtesy of a little Gabby Murphy hip and shoulder right on the line. So good work from the City of Perth sprinters. If you're down here on the beach, give the girls a big round of applause. Great final here today. Thank you. And Britt Houghton takes it out, we reckon, reasonably comfortably in the end. Nice day's work from Britt Houghton. Board paddle not far away. We, of course, you can see the men down there at the southern end of Sorrento Beach getting ready for their sprint final. Just checking a few things here with our officials before the final places are handed over. Ones to watch here in the final. Will host Tommy Nolan. Jackson Simons was sublime in his first final here today. All power, all strength. Monstered his heat. And up and about today. Should be a great men's final coming up. Oh, Britt Houghton picks up first place to the cheer, the massive cheer of the crowd down here. Tegan Mascioni picks up third. Good work, Tegan. She's such a wholehearted competitor. We love Tegan Mascioni. Always promoting the sport, advocating the sport. Great role model for other girls. Well done, Tegan. Might try and get a chat in just after the men's race with our winner, Britt Houghton, but we'll bring the boys home in just a moment. So all in readiness down here at Sorrento Beach. This is the final of the men's beach sprint. And the big hitters have made it through to the final.
Yeah, Simon, so the usual suspects in this, the open male beach sprint, Jackson and Tom Will host is in there from Trig Island, so very hard to see those guys, although we did see Tom Hodgkin in the beach flags edge out Will. So the favourites don't always get through, but we're into the final of the open male beach sprint. Keep an eye out for Jackson and keep an eye out for Tom. Starters just called these men into their blocks, and we'll see them right off to a very good start. No, might have had a break there, not sure what that was. Looked pretty even from where I was, but the officials there on the line, and they've got a really good view. So as these male runners make their way back to have a quick chat to the officials, we're also going to be going straight through to the women in the open board race. So from the beach, the fastest men on the beach, we're going to be seeing the ladies making their way through in the board. Very short courses today, we mentioned, and that breeze just holding at about 10 to 12 knots. So not a lot of change. These ladies are raring to go on the line.
All right, here we are. If you're watching at home on mybeach.com.au, final of the beach sprint, then we go back to the water for the board paddle events. These are the big feeders. Tommy Nolan is in there, multiple West Australian, state and national beach sprint and beach flag champion. Jackson Simons, the young bull, up and about. Jackson Simons in the middle. Look at him go.
Yeah,
Tommy
really
Nolan,
good start there. Jackson in the middle there. Tom Nolan in second and third.
Oh, man, that was a... How about that, folks? How about that? Wow, great racing. They go the high five on the line. Jackson Simon just gets there. So much power. He's just got that extra little surge, a few extra kilowatts. Grant True is going to go down to the start of the board paddle. I've got the winner of the beach sprint in Britt Houghton. She had a win today. Hey, well done. You've had a good day today. You nearly won the flags. You both ran past the flags because you're all fighting with each other. You're having a good day, right?
Yeah, having a really good day. It's really nice to be back and competing, and what better format than the Surf League? It's really exciting and some great competitors, so it's been good.
So Tegan, you must enjoy having Tegan Mafscioni there, and also your mate Gabby Murphy. That's where you want to be, isn't it? Being challenged every race.
Oh, for sure. And training with Gabby every day is a really good push for us. But then to come and compete and have the quality there with Tegan as well, it's unreal.
Do you practice the hip and shoulder at the end? Because there's a bit going on today, wasn't there?
We have practiced that a little bit in the past. So today was a bit of fun doing it in a competition for sure.
City of Perth getting some good results. Jade very strong in the swim as always. So nice work from her. Do you like the team format?
Yeah, it's really good. It makes it more exciting. The morning goes a bit quicker, and I think it's good for our team environment as well.
Now, you became engaged on Christmas Day to Simon Hootengar, one of the stars of WA swimming. People think that he's my favourite as the commentator, but that's because he's always nice to me, always has a chat to me. How's being engaged to Simon Hootengar?
I've got to say, it's not too different from normal life with Simon, but it is really nice. We had a great Christmas, and it was a really good surprise, I guess, yeah.
All right, we'll go Hoots. He needs to pick up. You've had a great day today. Well done to you, Britt, and that's you done for now, isn't it?
For today, yeah. So looking forward to next weekend now.
Well done. Had a good day. Thank you.
Thanks.
Britt Houghton from the City of Perth. So she could have won the beach flags, just nudged out by Gabby Murphy, but she has won the beach sprint today. We are going to go back to the water arena now. Grant True is down there for the start of the ball paddles. In fact, they are away, True. What can you see?
Yeah, look, it was a great start. Karis Graham from Trigg Island, she's already out to about a 2 to 3 metre lead. So we saw her have a paddle before. Now she's on the board. And she's really, she wasn't there for round 1. She was for round 2. And I know she's been looking forward to this. Not long to the state titles. This will be part of her preparation. But she's got showing the rest of the field a clean set of heels at the moment. Jade Mickle currently leading the point score with a second and a first. Kira Albertson from City of Perth, she's second on points. So, but at the moment, have a look at that lead. Karis Graham, 10 metre lead. And there's going to be, it's going to be tough for these other competitors to actually pull back any of that lead. She's dropped to her stomach, giving the legs a bit of a rest, just loosening off the hamstrings. You watch when she turns this apex, it's going to be runners galore out there for Karis.
Yeah, great paddle from Karis Graham from Trigg Island. We saw her reasonably prominent in round 2 at City Beach, but that is a great paddle into the chop there. So Karis Graham always had loads of potential, hasn't she, Truey? And always been there or thereabouts. Always on the podium, Karis Graham. Looks really fit here today. Looks like she's getting herself back into to showroom fitness for the remainder of the summer. But that is a great paddle from Karis Graham from Trigg. And she just needs a little bit of luck here. She's done all the hard work, just needs to get in on one of these runs. Goes back to her knees now for the big push home. Finish line, orange flags here on the beach. I hope you're getting our overhead shots on mybeach.com.au. Karis Graham looks like she's going to run away with this, Truey.
Yeah, so at the moment, Makara Malice from Trigg Island, she's in their second team. She's chasing Karis down, but no way she's going to be beaten here. Look at those little runs. You mentioned Karis is coming into good form. She's been around a little while as well. She knows what she needs to do to be going quick at the right time of the year. And look at that. That's a fantastic dominant display. Not only did she get a great lead, she's actually extended it out through the entire race. So
that is that's the most dominant performance we've seen in the WA Surf League round so far. That is the biggest win we've seen, the biggest margin. So bring her in. Dominant performance in the paddle from Karis Graham. That's a massive win to her and to Trigg. Let's keep an eye on second, Truey.
Yeah, so second and third is going to be really close there from Kira and Makara. So Makara into second place from where we're sitting. Kira, we mentioned she was second on points. We mentioned that Jade Mickle, who's just come in to fourth position, was first on points. So that may well move some of these points around. But great racing. Karis Graham showed them how to do it from leading at the start. And then we saw Makara Malice, fellow club member, come into second position.
Not far away from the start of the male board race. I'm down here with Karis Graham, and I just made the comment, I reckon that's the biggest margin we've seen in the WA Surf League. We see some tight racing. Great performance from you. You got yourself in some good shape, right?
Yeah, thanks. Just, I don't know.
Had to get away, I suppose, we see with a little bit of the sea breeze in. You've got to get away early, don't you?
Yeah, I don't mind racing in these conditions. Bit of chop and then catch the runs on the way home.
Do you like the format of the team racing, the WA Surf League? Is that for you?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Great to see, like, we've got 3 teams in this time, and all our teams are doing really well.
Yeah, you're at Trigger on the move in race 2, and I reckon you're doing the same today. Well done today, Keris. That was a massive win. Good on you.
Thanks.
Keris Graham down here. The boys are away, Truey.
Yeah, that's right. Halfway out to that first of their markers, and look, the usual suspects again. They're up there. Patrick Ellie from Trig Island off to a really good start. Tom Gallagher, he's currently on top of the points. Just on that right-hand side, you can see he's had 2 wins, so he'll be wanting to make it a clean sweep. And Riley Walker, when we mentioned some of these competitors have been away at the Interstate Championships. He had a really good board race over there. And as usual, he's looking really rested, gets his gear carried down the beach. So he's rested up for this board final. So keep an eye out for him on the fluoro yellow board.
Yeah, so approaching the second of the cans here in the board paddle for the boys. Dominant performance from Keris Graham and Trig in the women's event. But we've got a group of 5 or 6 out there together. So the ski paddle will be fantastic today. One of my favourite events on any surf carnival event, the start of any ski paddle, that not far away. One of the blue ribbon events, the power and the speed of the boys be awesome today as they plough into this gentle sea breeze. But they go around the top of the apex now. You're getting shots from overhead from our drone here at the WA Surf League. 3rd and final round of the Surf League. We've been at Northcote, we've been at City Beach. Northcote dominated round 1. Round 2 dominated by City of Perth and Trig on the move. Let's go back to Truey right now.
Yeah, so Simon, just have a look at these guys coming in. Tom Gallagher, he just sat in second position, made his move around the that red apex cam, and then we saw him get an absolute screamer of a run. So he went from being equal with Patrick, and he's now just worked that run all the way in. He's opened up a similar type lead to what we saw Keris, and look at him on that run. He's held that for probably 50 to 60 metres. So great paddling there. The rest of the field, it's going to come down to a blanket finish, I think.
Yeah, so just mixing it up with one of the locals down here at Sorrento Beach. Why would you? But there we go. So City of Perth, as you say, beautifully called, Truey. Getting on these little runs, he's done it magnificently. He's made the final run in his own, courtesy of some good surf skills. Let's bring him in, folks. City of Perth picking up some points here. Trig Island never far away in the water events, are they? And a nice little run home. So City of Perth will take this one out.
Yeah, finishes well. A little stumble there with his board, but look, probably a little bit of a heart attack for him there. Great paddle there for Tom Gallagher. That's a clean sweep. 1, 2, or 3 wins from 3 board paddles. So he's going to be really obviously at the top of the ski paddle. Sorry, top of the points table.
Well done, Drew. Let's bring all the teams in. These are all points, folks. You need these points. These guys coming in now, different caps from your different clubs. All of these points are important for the guys from Swanbourne and Secret Harbour. Every point counts here at the Surf League. And Grant True is down here with our winner. He's made it 3 from 3. Ripper work, Truey.
Yeah, so we're joined down here now, live streaming around Australia and the world with Tom Gallagher, winner of the Open Male Board Race. 3 races in this board series, 3 wins. So Tom, fantastic race there.
Yeah, it was good. Had some pretty big competition like Paddy and Riley. And, they've been talking it up all week. Just happy to get a win.
And so you had a win in round 1 and round 2. Are you over at the Interstate Championships as well?
Yeah, Riley did better than me at Interstate, but been pretty lucky this year and been going for it, so yeah.
And so any other interstate trips for you this year?
Yeah, might go to the Ocean 6, the last one, but pretty much it, yeah.
Yep. Thank you, well done. Pretty cool down here on the finish line, Simon, for Tom Gallagher, winner of the Open Male Board Race.
Yeah, well done, Tom. Very cool. Massive surf skills coming in from the can. Not so cool to see the finish when there's a little bit going on. Dropped his board and a couple of things, but comfortable enough to get home. 3 from 3, as you said, Truey. Well spotted. Not far away. I love these races, Truey. I love the ski races. As we look out here from Sorrento Beach, you can see the yachts racing out there right on the horizon. Beautiful part of the world here at Sorrento. Great sand for the sprinters. Great place to come down for a swim. Great surf club. Plenty to eat and drink. Really social, thanks to the Sorrento Surf Club. All right, our ski paddlers head out now. We Got some good guys and girls racing today, Truey. These are, as we move into our final couple of events, these are spectacular, these ski races. No doubt the start is so good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's a real belter. They're going to start on this bank today, so not right on the shore. We see Alana, Olympian, heading down there for the start. Keep an eye out for Asa Noel from North Cottesloe. Herself and Kira Albertson, they're top on the points. So this is coming down to the last race of the year. Karis Graham, we saw her win the board. She's back in the ski. She was the round 2 winner. And don't forget Annabella Standing from Fremantle. She's done really well this series. I can see her heading down. And also Amanda Lee from Mullaloo. She'll be one to watch.
Thanks, Grant True, our surf expert down here today, calling the competitors onto the line. So the women's surf ski not far away. Plenty of action. We've had Nippers coaching clinics down here, as they always do at Sorrento. Very strong club. And Nippers up and down the coast, 32 surf clubs in WA. And I hope you get to enjoy the action for the WA Surf League to see your heroes. This modified format, we saw the flags underway early, the boat races underway early, all very spectacular. We went back to the water arena. We see Jackson Simons win the beach sprint today and the beach flags. Britt Houghton wins the beach sprint. Gabby Murphy wins the beach flags. North Cottesloe dominate the boats. Jade Mickle wins the swim. And a very, very good performance from her. In starters' hands down there, Tree, the women's ski about to get underway. One of the more spectacular events on the program.
Yes, that's right, Simon. They'll be actually heading out around the far cans today. So all the way around out to the back apex. This wind has just picked up. I'm calling 16 to 20 knots now. So we could see even more chops by the time the men make their way around. And don't forget, we've got the Ironman and Iron Women coming up later. So the ladies just getting their final commands. They'll then walk out onto that small bank. And again, like a traditional ski race, they'll finish in between the orange flags. No running for the ski paddlers. I mentioned before, it's pretty tough in the Taplin when you see the ski paddlers run. The blood supply to the legs does get blocked off a bit, and it makes it hard to get the legs moving. So ladies down there having a look at the bank, and the officials getting ready to send them on their way for the Open Women's Ski Race.
Little lull in proceedings as the girls head down to the water's edge for the women's surf ski event. As Truey said, we're in the final 3 events of the program. All the teams racing to get points. You can see, if you are down here at Sorrento Beach, you can see the marshals getting the finish line in the water for the ski paddlers, the 2 orange flags. And the girls are about to get on the start line. Good quality women's field, good quality men's field today before we head into the Ironman and Iron Woman Grand Finals, our final events here today. Hope your team's doing well. Hope you're picking up some points. Hope you're enjoying the action here today. Final 3 events of the program, 3 of them most exciting. Not far away from
that's right. So women's ski paddlers, they're just getting themselves organised. They're into the males, and then the final events, Ironman and Iron Woman. So making a really good time this morning. We saw the boats start early. They're already packed up and gone. Good points there for North Cottesloe. Then we saw the beach flag, some really tight running. A few upsets, to tell you the truth. And then straight into the water event. So ski paddlers and Ironman still to go. Ironman, you're probably wanting to be getting yourself set up, as we see the ladies just getting the course clarified by the official. And then we'll be away for the Open Female Ski Race. So live streaming around the world on mybeach.com.au. New concept this year, the WA Surf Lifesaving Surf League. It's been a great success. The competitors have loved it. It's a real good hit out, a real good team atmosphere building. And I know that the winners of round 1, North Cott, they were really proud with their performance. City of Perth in round 2. and they're all really wanting to back it up to see who'll be the round 3 winner. Don't forget, individual competitors also vying for the point series and the chance to get some subsidies and support to head over to the what's almost is the National Surf League. Round 6 of the Surf League type events, where they'll get a chance to race the best competitors in Australia.
All in readiness down there on the beach for the women's ski final. Some great names in there. Grant True will bring you the action as we go through. If you're watching at home, you get the overhead shots from our drone. You get the fixed camera shots as well. And we'll call the action in. So starter waiting for a nice even start into our final events. These are very spectacular, Truey. As we see for the people down here on the beach, there's I reckon that's an osprey flying past with one of the biggest fish you've ever seen. Just cracking down the beach there. So a nice little catch. There's some osprey live up at Hillary's as we see the women's ski underway, Grant.
Yeah, so off to a really good start there. And as we saw in the board, it's happened again in the ski. Karis Graham, fantastic start there with that pink ski with the black nose. Just off to her left there, that looks like that might be Alicia from North Cottesloe. We've already mentioned Asa Noel from North Cott. She's leading the points. Kira is on her left. And then we also see a Sorrento competitor there doing really well. Just sitting on the back of that pack there. Not a bad move at this stage, with Amanda Lee making her move on the right-hand side on that ski with the blue nose. Halfway out, these blades are going 100 miles an hour, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the runs that these ladies can pull on the way in.
Yeah, nothing better than the spectacular start of the ski final. That's what we've got right here for mybeach.com. You can see our drone getting those shots as the girls head out. All important today, what we've seen is you get around that can first, Tree. We've seen it all day, haven't we? In the board, paddle out in the swim. You get around that can first into the chop. You're pretty hard to stop from there. Once you get those runs in, you go breaststroke to freestyle and get the big run. So get around the top of that can first. Pretty hard to stop from there.
Yeah, so we saw Tom Gallagher on that board really get some good runs. You have a look at these ski paddlers. Look at the lead there. Alana probably in second position there. Kara's still in the lead, her fellow team member, but now have a look at them run. What you'll see is the nose of the ski drop and the tail pick up, and you'll just see them absolutely fly. That means they're on a run. That means they're going as fast as the chops, which is faster than they can paddle. So lots of opportunities there for the lead to change. We see Kira Albertson from City of Perth just moving into third position now, and Amanda Lee just moving into fifth. So Karis Graham, beautiful run there. Look at her turn right. She's going to try and milk that all the way through with Alana just sitting on her heels there. So this lead can change, especially in the ski. But at the moment, Karis Graham out in the lead like we saw on the board.
Working the runs beautifully, isn't she? Alana Nichols with all that power, all that sprint finish. What can happen here? But Karis Graham just working the surf beautifully once again. Sure, I'll get you to call these in, but it looks like Karis Graham's going to go back to back. Alana Nichols right there as well, though. Let's bring him in, Truey.
Yeah, so this is going to be a finish between those flags. No run. Have a look at Alana now, just starting to push onto that wave. That's going to be a cruel bit of unlucky surf action there for Karis. She led all the way. I think it's going to be a photo finish for first and second, and then third and fourth. So we saw Asa Noel from North Cottesloe and Kira. I mentioned before, they were equal top on points. Whoever got their nose across the line there will probably take out the points for the open women's ski. So great racing there. Trig Island 1 and 2, blanket finish. North Cotton City, blanket finish for third and fourth.
But nothing like getting around the can, running into the finish line, knowing you got an Olympic sprint kayaker behind you, True. That's just what you want, isn't it? Great to see Alana Nichols back racing here in WA. Karis Graham goes 1-2. Very exciting finish. You called it. Karis Graham gets away, gets around the cans. The flying Alana Nichols right behind her. And just a little grimace from the girls as they cross the line today. They had to push right to the line today. Karis got stuck in between the waves. Alana Nichols coming home like a train. So good racing from the gang. We're just waiting to see what happens down here with our placings. Grant True, we go to the men's ski. There's some big names in there. That's a ripper field today.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already spoken about Dan Humble. He won round 2. Wasn't there for round 1, so he'll be wanting to go back to back for him. Again, just like Keris, just trying to put in that final bit of polishing off before the States and the Aussies. We also see Jack Reddy, and I think Sam Maurice is down there from City of Perth. Jack is known more so as an Ironman, but he's having a ski paddle today. Chris Taylor, I think, from North Cot. His dad's a famous ski paddler, so we'll have to see if that talent flows through. But for me, Dan Humble, he's going to be really, really hard to beat. They've just received their final orders from the starter, so they're moving down a little bit to the left or into to the south for those watching from home. So they're going to be moving down just to try and capitalise on this runs and the chop as they make their way around the course. So the judges are still going through the final place getters for the ski. As soon as we have them, we'll let you know, because that was exciting racing. For those watching at home, would have seen on the drone, and for those on the shore, it was great to see the top 2 and then the 3rd and 4th being so close. So male competitors making their way out. Simon, do we have any news on the ski results yet?
Just still waiting, Truey. So you can see Alana Nichols and Keris Graham over there. So just having a bit of a chat, the girls. We're still, I think it might be for 3rd and 4th actually, Truey. I think Keris Graham has taken it out. We'll try and get a result to you too. We're on the start line, folks. Make sure you keep an eye on this, because this is the most spectacular part of any day, the start of the men's ski. And they are about to head out here at Sorrento Beach. In starters' hands, Grant True, back to you.
Yeah, so this is going to be real hard to call. I've already mentioned Dan's going to obviously be up there, but the amount of power, amount of spray makes it actually really hard from the shore to call any of these names. Rest assured, Dan Humble will be up there, and I'm sure that Sam Maurice will also be wanting to put a good show in for City of Perth. So final starting positions there. This wind has picked up. It's going to make a big difference in the Ironman and Ironwomen later on. So starter just calling them all back into line, and the ladies are just starting to pack up their skis. So lots still happening. These ski paddlers will get organised in a minute, and then we'll be straight into the Ironman finals later on. Simon, I think you might have one of the champions from that female ski. So we will talk to the winner of the ski race very soon, as we see the male ski paddlers just getting themselves organised on the line. Check starter is happy with their line. We do see them starting a little bit more to the left of the course, just to try and avoid that weed that you can see. That dark patch of water, that's a bit of seaweed off the outshore reefs, and off to a very clean start. So Dan Humble off to the left there. You saw him pretty much on his own at this stage. The 2 North Cot guys there, they're neck and neck at the moment. So as I mentioned, Chris Taylor, that'll be him, I'd expect. Sam Rowe in there for North Cottesloe, and also Pat Norton. So keep an eye out for Pat Norton. He's a very strong young fella, really good paddler. But at this stage, they're joined by Dan Humble, and as they make their way around to that first can.
And no, I don't think Steve Bird's in, is he? So no Steve Bird's the winner of race 1, round 1. Steve training hard out at Champion Lakes is the word yesterday with the AIS and the Waste guys. So he just put those 10 big power strokes in the middle of race 1, didn't he, Truey? And we spoke to him about that. But today is all about getting to the can first. It's a strength run out there into that wind. You've got to have good technique. You've got to have plenty of fitness. Boys go around the can for the first time. So expect to see Baker and Humble there or thereabouts as always.
Yeah, so just these guys they're pretty much in a pack. As we saw in the women's ski and the board, these runs are going to start playing a big role in where these guys finish. So in first place at the moment, Dan Humble, you see him just tacking, just trying to not go too wide on that far can. He's going to turn right, and I'd say he'll get probably 2 runs, and he'll be on the beach.
Yeah, he's fantastic, isn't he? Great competitor. good citizen of Western Australia with his daily life as a professional firefighter. It looks like Dan Humble and Reese Baker, once again, the two big hitters duking it out. That's a great paddle from Dan Humble, I reckon. He's just powered away with that sea breeze at his back. Nice little run as you pick, Truey. So Trig Island, we're going to go 1-2, pick up some points here like they did in the women's race today. Confirmed that Keris Graham wins the women's and Dan Humble wins the boys' race today. Reese Baker right on his hammer right there. Nice work. Just caught up in that little gully. Big run home from Reese Baker. How about that? We'll just get a check there on starters. But Trig, another picking up some valuable points there once again. Well done to Reese. Dan putting on a great show as always. These points important here, Truey, right here.
Yeah, look, that was almost a carbon copy finish from what we saw in the ladies. Dan had that wrapped up, Keris had it wrapped up, and then that final little chop. We just saw Dan get caught in a bit of dead water. He wasn't really on the back of a wave. He wasn't really getting any assistance. Reese was actually able to run over the top and probably going to challenge for the lead there. Jack Reddy in third. We mentioned he's an Ironman, so that's a good paddle. But Trig Island 1 and 2, we're going to have to wait and see what the judges say.
Just marshalling for Iron Man and Iron Woman down here. Final call, marshalling for Iron Woman and Iron Man down here. To everyone watching at home, mybeach.com.au. Hope you're enjoying the action. This very spectacular men's ski race. When we came down here this morning, the wind blowing at around about 10 knots. It's up to 15 or 20 now out of the west. It's changing the complexion of all our races today. The guys have got to get around that can first and then get the run in. Dan Humble able to do that today. Reese Baker flew home on the sea breeze. Just waiting on confirmation from our finish line officials. Iron Man and Iron Woman not far away if you are going around today. So these are good performances today. Jackson Simon's very good in the flags and the sprint. He's taken out too. Keris Graham, back training, wins the board and the ski. Good work from Keris Graham and from Jacko Simons today, Truey.
Yeah, look, I like some of the results from the surf boats. We see Northcott take out the male and the female in the surf boats. The Taplin, that was really exciting racing in the end. Trig Island stamped their authority, and then City of Perth also there in the points. And again, just finishes like we just saw, with Dan seeming to have the race wrapped up, Reese being able to come through the field on that last little chop. I'd say at this stage, we're still waiting for a result, but it was extremely close. We're now seeing the beach getting set up for the final two events, and the ladies getting their starting orders and making their way down for the Iron Woman.
Final event of the program for round 3 of the WA Surf League. We'll shortly be up in the Sorrento Surf Club for our presentations. We do broadcast the presentations as well when we get our final points tally. Each one of the races, each one of the rounds is a standalone event, so the scoreboard is reset 2-0 for each of the rounds. It's not a cumulative tally, it is a cumulative round. So North Cottesloe dominated round 1. City of Perth dominated 2. We are waiting on the results here for the men's ski race. We think Dan Humble may have taken it out, but we'll get that result very shortly. Hope you're enjoying the sights and sounds of Sorrento Beach. That wind picking up, going to make it pretty tricky for the Ironman competitors, but the strong swimmers will like it. The strong paddlers and ski paddlers will like it too. So Iron Man and Iron Woman not far away.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. The ladies are just making their way down. Just a reminder of the order today, as in the Taplin, swim, board, ski. I think the order today is going to play a real big part in who takes out first, second and third today. So we know Jade Mickle's going to be out there, and we'll talk about how this order will help her later on. Keris Graham's backing up, I believe, after a win in the ski and the board. Soraya Lee, she had her school ball last night, so she's a little bit tired, but I know I just spoke to her and she said she's a bit nervous. So I think the way she's been going at training and just the way that she's starting to come up through the Iron Woman competition, I think if not this year, in the next few years, she's going to have the likes of Jade and Keris. They're the ones that are going to be feeling nervous. So Jade Mickle, this order, will actually play to her advantage. We saw her win the swim by a lot. So she's going to be having her best leg in the first leg. We're then going to see the board and the ski. We know Keris is really strong in the board and the ski. So I'd say she'll be chasing down Jade Mickle to try and take her out. This is going to be an interesting race, as will the males. And let's see how they go after the swim.
I'm down here with Dan Humble. It's been to just run and won the men's ski. Dan Humble is our winner. You had a bit of competition out there early, mate. It was seen about getting the can first is really important. So the guy from Burleigh Heads, Pat Norton, was out pretty quickly, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's moved over to Perth and we're now racing for Northcote, and he's going really well. So he's renowned for his start. So when he got in and away, that was a game. He got to get to the cans first and hopefully dictate the race from there.
Got a nice couple of runs coming in. Grant True, my fellow commentator, called it. You'd get a good couple of runs, but you can never discount Reece Baker, can you? He knows his way around a surf race, and he was coming home like a train there.
Yeah, that's 100% what happens all the time. If I'm in front, I'm like a rabbit in the headlights. I'm just waiting for him to come, so I'm glad I managed to hang on. But it's just great for Trig's ski squad to, have guys like ourselves up the front pushing all these young boys like Fergus and Lockie, so, it goes well for the future.
Great round two for Trig, really on the move, and picked up some big points today. Keris Graham winning the board and the ski as well all helped. So, Dan, do you like this format? You like racing with your mates, trying to beat the other guys?
Yeah, absolutely. It's great for the club. Everyone becomes a lot tighter in their relationships and friendships, and it's great for the entire surf lifesaving movement. So, if it can be expanded and improved on for next season, all for it.
Well done, mate. For people watching at home on mybeach.com.au, where can we track you next? What's next for you?
It's probably a little bit of a flat period now. Interstates was a couple of weeks ago, and it's probably a good time to really knuckle down and do some quality training. And I guess next weekend's the team's carnival down at City Beach, and from there we go through to the Carnival of the States Aussies. So the big one in April at Scarborough Beach. Can't wait. Well done today, mate. Always good to have a chat, and well done to Trig. You guys are having a good day. Cheers, Simon. Thank you.
Dan Humble, folks. So Dan Humble wins the men's ski today. We're about to go back to Grant True for the women's Ironman. So Reece Baker narrowly misses out on that, just coming from behind in second. But as you can see with these guys, like Dan, who's a pretty experienced racer, this team's format really gets them up about, galvanises all the coaches and all the focus of the teams as well. So nice chat to Dan Humble there. We're about to go into our final two events of the program before we go up for presentations to find out who's won round three. We go back to Grant True. We're about to hit the water for the start of the women's Iron Woman final. Thank you, Truey.
Thank you, Simon. And look, these ladies, they're nearly ready. This is their last race for the day. When I say last race, they've got to go around the course 3 times. So it's still a bit of work for them to do. Keep an eye out for Jade Mickle in this race, Keris Graham, Soraya Lee, but also Makara Mallis from Trig Island. She got second last round, and we saw her do a really good board paddle before. So swim first and then into the board. Watch out for Jade Mickle to be leading this at the first transition. Good clean start there. We've seen these banks play a little bit of a role today. Makara just on the right there, I think that is probably doing the best. Nice high legs, and then Jade Mickle straight up onto her left. So she's going to be the bunny that everyone's chasing around this surf course. At around short course again today. Fast racing on live on mybeach.com.au.
Finish line for the Iron Woman and the Iron Man, the 2 orange flags at the southern end of Sorrento Beach. Just a reminder to our individual competitors, it is a team competition, but we do have the top individuals for the 3 rounds presentation today. So don't leave, don't go anywhere. Make sure you head up to the Sorrento Surf Club. If you've picked up some podium spots, you'll be in the running for our individual presentations later on today. So guys like Keris Graham, Dan Hummel, Jade Mickle, all these guys, Jackson Simons. If you've raced well over the 3 rounds, make sure you hang around. We do have individual presentations. Nice tight group. They're chasing Jade Mickle. She's already won the swim today. Short course swim today. She makes the turn now. The gun, the City of Perth superstar Jade Mickle, already just starting to pull out a little bit of a lead here. She looks so strong in the swim final today, Truey. We see her from side on. You see that magnificent style of hers. Maddie Thompson will be there or thereabouts. I would have thought Jade Mickle looking good. Fast arm turnover. She's good to go.
Yeah, Simon. So Jade Mickle in first position there, probably 1 to 2 body lengths just ahead of Keris and Makara there. So that's enough for them to get a bit of a wash off Jade. But I think what's going to happen is you'll see Jade just starting to ramp it up soon. We saw it happen in the surf race. Soraya Lee into 4th position there from Mullaloo. So Jade Mickle there in 1st position. Watch what happens when she turns right. I think she's going to pick it up a bit, because the last thing she wants is to be anywhere near these other ladies when they head into the board.
Well called, True. So Jade Mickle, she has won the swim earlier today. I hope you're enjoying those shots of the event today with our fixed cameras, our mobile cameras and our drone today. Jade Mickle leading the Iron Woman final, makes her run into the beach. Managed to catch a wave in the women's swim, as she nearly always manages to do. It's amazing how the gun competitors are always lucky like that. But anything could happen. Long way to go with the board and the ski still to come. So Jade Mickle making every stroke count. She's so good in the chop, so good technically in all of the disciplines. But the City of Perth athlete makes her way in right now. So they'll turn right around the green and yellow can, the Sorrento can, and then they make their way back down to the next leg. You can see the board's ready to go. So it makes a noise. Trigg well placed here, Truey, as you would have thought. Trigg placed in 2nd and 3rd, and Mullaloo in there as well. But Jade Mickle on her feet, just catching a few of these little waves, a few of these little runs, as she always does. Give her a big cheer as she comes out. We see her dominate so often. It's not by accident. She's skillful, and she's fit, and she works hard. So Jade Mickle first up. Go Jade's the call from on the beach. Call them in, Troy.
Yeah, so we saw that lead of maybe 3 or 4 metres in the water. As I mentioned before, that's now a 20-metre lead. Jade's just running past me now. She looks pretty determined, actually. I think she wants to stamp her authority on this series. Makara now just running in to 2nd place. Keris Graham, Soraya Lee right on her tail. You watch Keris go in this board, and we know Makara's a good board paddler. So this is going to be pretty tight racing. Jade Mickle into the water already, just popping over a few little chops. That's just held her up, and Makara's just got a bit of a sniff of victory there. She's jumped straight on Jade Mickle's wash, and she's going to want to push Jade all the way through.
Yeah, so Soraya Lee sitting there in 4th in the Blue Bathers from Mullaloo, and we watched her over the 3 rounds, haven't we, Chewy? Just there or thereabouts, just emerging, young talent. So Soraya Lee, plenty of her fans. Look at Jade Mickle go there, just generating that power now out to that can. She's great racer too, isn't she, Truey? We know she's fit, we know she's skillful, we know she's got good genes, but she is a racer. She's a competitor, and she loves it when the gun goes off. But Trigg Island making a good fist of this, as we see. Obviously a plan, get to that can on your knees, then go down onto your stomach. But game on here, Truey, I reckon.
Yeah, I think you're right, Simon. This is going to be really tight. We saw Jade head into that board in the lead. She's probably held that lead that she had after hitting a few little chops. Again, real short board races here, straight around that small apex. Makara's probably just coming up onto her wash now. Keris Graham is the big mover in that board. She went in level with Soraya, who's in 4th, and she's now pushing and challenging for 2nd position. So Keris, really good ski paddler, we know that. Jade is really fit. That's the thing that I think might help her out here. Makara, not a known ski paddler, and we know Keris is a really good ski paddler. This race is going to be really interesting. We mentioned the order. We mentioned the fact that Keris has probably got a bit of a game plan. I think it's working out perfectly for her at the moment. She's just coming up on that little run, and she's going to be challenging. This will be an exciting finish to the Iron Woman race.
A little bit of a support coming down here on the beach now. So Jade Mickle gets that nice little run in, nice surf skills. So Jade Mickle makes her way up onto the sand now. So nice work from Jade Mickle. Give her a big cheer as she comes through. Looks strong, looks confident. Running well, moving well, Truey.
Absolutely. So what we saw there with that wave transition area, even though it was 2 or 3 metres, that got Jade over the next wave. So again, we've probably got a 20 to 25 metre lead. That's going to give Jade some clear water. This is going to come down to the start on the ski and just how much energy Keris has got left in the tank to see if she can wheel Jade in.
Yeah, so Keris Graham making the turn now in third. She looks pretty focused, pretty determined. We know she had a good ski leg today, True. She's very technically proficient. So that little chase group dropped off ever so slightly. So Soraya Lee still in fourth or thereabouts. Jade Mickle looking very strong as she heads out now. So we see the two trick girls heading out now. Keris Graham needs to make every stroke a winner here. Long run out into the wind. This is where Keris Graham has got to go. She dropped off ever so slightly. Jade Mickle looking good here, Truey.
Yeah, so Jade Mickle, we were talking that, maybe Keris was close enough. I don't think that's going to be close enough for Keris to challenge. We've then got Makara still holding down second position. We've also got, just in sixth position there at the moment, Kira Albertson. She may have won the ski points before, so she's going to be wanting to move up. She's a very good ski paddler. Keris Graham just moving up into second spot. But at the moment, it's all Jade Mickle. Not only has she gone into that ski with a lead, she's extended it. That's where your fitness comes into play, and your strength and your time on the ski. And also, we know that the fact that she's fit and got good surf skills, she's not going to make any silly mistakes on the way in.
Keris Graham making the move now into second. You can see Keris on the pink ski, picked up the board paddle. Great work from Jade Mickle. She's dominated today. Keris Graham just having a little look over her left-hand shoulder on the way out to see where the rest of the girls are. Soraya Lee, there or thereabouts, the emerging junior talent. But to Jade Mickle, that is another dominant performance. She's really, really streeted the field here today. We talked about Keris Graham's board paddle today being dominant. This is an absolute domination. The choppy conditions suit Jade Mickle, don't they, Truey? Because she's strong, she's fit, and she's technical.
Yeah, and she's got really good skills. So she spends a lot of time. We've mentioned her father, Greg. He loves spending time in the ocean, catching waves. But again, and that's passed through onto Jade. The skills and the ability to always make the right decision, even when you're tired. As I say that, have a look at Keris Graham, just pull off onto a massive big run. So she's just gone straight past Makara. And we see, I think, can't see who that is in fourth position, but Jade Mickle on the beach. She'll be running through that finishing line very soon. Dominant performance, and she'll be very happy with 3 wins from 3 starts.
Let's bring her in, folks. Big cheer from our crowd down here. They know this has been a great performance from Mickle. She runs down to the orange flags now. Well done, Jade Mickle. Good work from here. What do we got now? Keris Graham. We've got to run to the line here, I reckon. Keris Graham looks over her left shoulder, looks over her right shoulder, hands the ski over. And this is the run for second here between the two Trig girls. Well done, girls. Good running. Come on, Trig people. Make some noise for these two. Graham looks over her right-hand shoulder. Here we go. What can Soraya Lee do here?
So, actually, Simon, a bit of a last-minute sprint here. Across the line, we can see the camera there. Keris just coming up onto Makara's left shoulder. I don't think she's got anything left, and Makara was able to just hold that out there. Soraya for a sprint finish into fourth. Super tight racing. Well done to the winner, but also second and third for a bit of a sprint finish. One more race to go, and that's the Ironman, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, well done. A good dominant performance today from Jade Mickle. So I think the choppy conditions suited Jade. As you say, Truey, she's very comfortable in these conditions. She was very good. Let's bring our competitors home in the Iron Woman final. All of these points do count, of course. 14 teams going around today. All the points count for something. Our presentations will get underway in the Sorrento Surf Club very shortly. There are presentations for individual competitors through the 3 rounds. So we'd love to see you back up in the Surf Club for a refreshing drink. Go Rach, North Cottesloe is the call. So just bringing our final competitor in from the Iron Woman final. Jade Mickle dominant, Keris Graham in third. Trig picking up some big points today again, Truey. So interesting to see how the points tally goes.
Yeah, really good good point there, Simon. Those points will play a big role in who wins that trophy today. We see Mother Lou just finishing it off there. As soon as she finishes, we're going to see the Ironman make their way. So exactly the same as what we saw for the ladies, swim, board, ski. The interesting thing about this race is just who's going to take it out. We've got some famous names in here. So Devon from Trig Island, I think he's having a race today. Watch out for him. Ben Jones, he did really well last round, took it out, I think, from Trig Island. Tom Gallagher, we've already seen him in the board. He's not a bad swimmer, so he's going to be wanting to be in a good position for that board. And then Ethan Jackson, and then Max Anderson. Like, Max had a really good race last round. I think he's rested. I don't think they've had any races today. So some of the other guys, like Tom, they've already gone around 2 or 3 times. I think you'll find that Max Anderson will be the big mover, especially with the swim first.
Yeah, well called, Drew. You've been spot on the money on all of these today. You've been very good analysis of the surf sport competition today. I've graduated. I've started calling it the Iron Woman Final, which is will please Bob Welsh, our race director today. So the boys down there at the start, Trig picking up a heap of points today, City of Perth picking up a heap on the sand. Please stay around for our all-important presentations, our individual presentations and our team presentations for round 3 of our WA Surf League. All in readiness down here for the start of the men's race. If you're watching us at home, mybeach.com.au. We've been streaming live since around about 8 o'clock this morning. Just coming up 20 past 10. This condensed format, big hit with the competitors, big hit with the officials and the spectators. Spectacular racing, onshore breezes today. In starters' hands, Drew. Here we go.
Yeah, not long till a start here, Simon. And off to a start. You heard the gun go. And these guys have done really well. Have a look at, I think that's Ethan Hawke with probably the best of the start. Max Anderson Lowe on the right. And then that may well be Devon or Ben Jones from Trig Island on the left. So that's a real close start. Throw your washing in there to get it done. It's like a washing machine. And these guys, don't forget, have got a whole swim and a board and a ski to go. The pace is on, and these guys want to take out this final race of round 3 of the WA Surf League.
Yeah, always traditionally one of the last of the events, the Ironman, very spectacular. Of course, a sport that Australians know so well from the national televised leagues. Normally in these formats we then go to the Taplin, but a Taplin is one of the first events in the WA Surf League. You heard Dan Humble and others talk about the camaraderie and the focus that the different clubs have, the 14 teams have because of this format. And it's been a real spectacular summer of racing in the WA Surf League. Presentation's not far away. This is the swim leg that you are watching online on mybeach.com.au. You can see our little drone overhead taking these shots. A little bit of a sea breeze to contend with. True reckons it's between 16 and 20 knots here at Sorrento Beach. And the first of the swimmers shortly make their right-hand turn. So they're halfway through the swim leg right now. They'll make their turn, sprint along the beach. The finish line is the orange flags at the southern end of Sorrento Beach. So we'll call them to there. And we've got a clear leader at this stage, Grant True.
Yeah, Simon, I'd say that's probably Tom Gallagher there out in the lead, or maybe even Ethan in the swim from City of Perth. But at the moment, I've joined down here on the beach, live right around the world, live streaming on mybeach.com by the winner of the Iron Woman, Jade Mickle. Jade, tell us about the swim conditions first.
Swim conditions, swim's quite a short swim out, and then the distance between the first can and the second can was surprising, a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I like to swim.
And then you had a bit of a lead into the board. You got hit on the board by a few little chops. That just sort of pulled you back. What were you thinking at that stage?
Yeah, I was like, where are these waves coming from at Sorrento? But I did get hit a little bit and I made it out and I still had a bit on them, so just paddled my heart out to get back to the beach as soon as possible.
Yeah, so you had a really good board race, board leg. You came in the lead. I'd called you at the start that you were going to need a bigger lead than that going into the ski. You hit the ski and took off and absolutely destroyed them. Probably a good 30, 40 metres lead. Was that part of your plan?
Well, part of my plan was to swim at the start and then just go from there, work where I needed to work. And obviously, in this scenario, I just had to work the whole way around, yeah.
Very good. Congratulations. That's 3 from 3 in the Iron Women. Round 3 winner as well. Good luck for the National Series.
Thanks, Tree.
Yeah, well done, Jay. Beautifully done. All right, the boys are up and the crowd cheer goes up. Trig, come out first. Oh, let's bring them through, Chewy. You know these blokes. Tommy Gallagher in second there. Trig Island, make the turn. Go, Tommy's the call.
Yeah, so Ben Jones there in first place. Tom just coming up onto his left. Quite a fit young competitor there. and these guys are going to go neck to neck. So Ben Jones took out round 2. Tom Gallagher, we've seen him strong in the board. Let's see what he can do. Ben Jones is a good board paddler. So I don't think Tom's just going to be able to cruise through on this. There's going to be challenges. They're going to come from the likes of Ethan Hawke, who's in 4th position at this stage. And also have a look at Ben Jones, straight on his wash. He knows Tom's a strong board paddler. He knows he needs to sit on his wash and get as much of drag as he possibly can.
Yeah, get behind all of the competitors, folks. All of these points count, as we've said many, many times today. So Tommy Gallagher, he got a great start to that board leg, didn't he, Truey? He just flew off the beach there, just picked up those important kilometres, but he does have company. He's got a board paddler right on his wash there. Very lightly built, Tommy Gallagher, but he's a good racer, isn't he, Truey? Gets stuck in, and as you say, he's had a really good 3 rounds, just gets himself around that can first, and as you say, these 2 boys have cleared out ever so slightly.
Yeah, so Tom Gallagher, we've seen him win the board. Ben Jones took out round 2 in the Ironman. He's playing a really good card here. He's just sitting on Tom's wash. You see him laying down, resting the legs. Tom's doing all the work, and Ben's just sitting on his wash, getting a little bit of assistance. Let's see what happens when Tom turns this can. We saw him get a really big run in the board and extend his lead on and on. Can Ben hold on? Tom's going to have to really work hard if he wants to put a big distance between Ben and himself for the upcoming ski race.
Yes, so you can see the handlers of the ski race down there now. And Tommy Gallagher's getting a nice run there. Really good run, just gets himself a little bit of a break. Truey, this bloke has obviously got a great tank, right? Does heaps of training, got a good tank, but he's just a real racer too, isn't he? We talk about that, these guys who hurt themselves just a little bit more, really want to try and win. Bit of dead water there for Tommy, but he's a racer, this bloke, isn't he?
Yeah, he is quite lean, but most of the good board paddlers are not probably skinfold test 1, but so strong. Nice strong shoulders. Ben Jones is similar. He's nice and strong, long arms, which helps in the swim and the board. So these 2 guys out in front, Ethan's putting a bit of a challenge in here. I don't know if it's enough to hammer home this ski. I think Ben Jones is well sitting, is in a good position here, but we all know that Tom Gallagher and Ethan, they're really fit.
You can see all the handlers from the clubs picking up the board for the guys and then being ready with a ski paddle. So Tommy Gallagher nice and smooth. As you say, he's lean, but I reckon his competitive instincts are very strong. So it often sees him on the podium or near the front of the field, but we've got a run in 3rd there, I reckon. So nice little run off the beach in 3rd from one of the City of Perth guys.
Yeah, so we saw Tom Gallagher still holding his lead out there. Ben Jones has come right up onto his tail. Ethan's still getting a bit of assistance. And then we look back into 4th place, also from Trigg Island, Devon. So really tight racing. I think Tom and Ben, they're obviously in the best position at this stage. But we're just coming up onto that first turn. We saw the chop play a big role in the ski races. It's going to come down to a similar type situation in this Ironman.
Mick Kavanagh going past, to the crowd's gone berserk down here as Michael Kavanagh goes past. Good on you, Mick. Hang in there, mate. So, all right, a good race now, Truey, and 3rd's moved right. We've got a race in 3 here. This beach run, this run in with the little runs with the sea breeze at the back, all important. It's just been sprints all round today, Truey. Has a little bit of work to do out into the chop, but it's been sprints on the slightly shortened format. But Tommy Gallagher putting in a massive couple of strokes there, some real big ones. Wants to try and get around this can with a bit of a lead, get onto those runs first. That's good racing. He's got that ability to change the pace out there as well, which is a good sign of fitness, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned that it is sprint courses, it is short, but when you've got conditions like this today, on the way in, it's a sprint within a sprint. Every time there's a little chop, you've got to do 3 or 4 real hard strokes to get onto it. Saying that, Ben Jones has just absolutely come past on Tom's left-hand side on a beautiful run. Ethan Jackson, we see just starting to come onto a run. Talk about a sprint finish. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to come down to an absolute sprint.
Tommy Gallagher's had a great day already today. As you heard Truey say, he raced great in the 3 rounds. Here we go, folks. It's coming down to the run. Who's got it here, right here? Deadwater, up and about. Tommy Gallagher, City of Perth. Here we go. Bring him in, Truey.
Yeah, so Tom Gallagher first of that can. We know Ben Jones is a real fast swimmer. Crowd's going absolutely nuts through those orange flags. Ben Jones has just got him on the outside. I think that's what might have happened in round 2. Ben Jones takes it again. Tom Gallagher in second place. Ethan Jackson, I'd say, he'll come into third. And we see crowd favourite Devon just coming, trying to hold off Northcott into fourth position. So talk about a great series. That was a great race in the final event of round 3.
What it was all about too, the crowd go berserk down here. They could see as when the boys are coming in off the ski that it was going to be close. So they all got alongside the run course here. Great work, and the boys are down. Boys are down. Spent sucking in the big ones down there. Well done. Great entertainment, great racing here at the WA Surf League. Let's bring these guys home. Sorrento boys are heading in now. Big smiles all around. That was a great finish. So Tommy Gallagher, he's had a big day. Got up first, and he looked like he had it as he came around the flag. But then the big fella just dug in, didn't he, Ben Jones? That was a great race. They're just having a little bit of quiet time down there in the sand, Truey. Here comes Harry. Harry Jones making his run to the line now. Well done, Harry. Well, I reckon our final competitor for the WA Surf League to finish today will be Mick Kavanagh. So we'll bring Mick in as he hits the beach now. So give Mick a big clap as he comes through. All the points count. We are heading up into the Sorrento Surf Club for our presentations. We'll announce the team winners, the club winners for today, but we'll announce the individual winners for the 3 rounds. So if you reckon you're a chance to take out the ski, the board, the paddle, whatever, make sure you are around. This is Mick Kavanagh, folks. Let's bring Mick in, our final competitor here in round 3 of the WA Surf League. Well done, Mick. Good on you, buddy. From Mullaloo. True, just before we head up today, I suppose as, for all the people at home, mybeach.com.au, you and I will go off air shortly, but go back to our presentations. Our camera crew have done a great job, our sound guys, thanks to them. I hope you enjoyed all the action at home, but we've seen some great racing. Round 1 at Northcott, very different from the second round at City Beach, very different today, but we saw the power of Trig start to push through in races 2 and 3, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So Triggs made a big move in round 2 to take out second position. I think today they've really brought all their superstars. So I know they really want to take out this trophy. Wouldn't it be a great finish? Northcott, City and Triggs all winning one of the rounds. Shows that the level of competition in West Australia is strong. Some clubs have a bit more depth, but it is spread amongst a lot of clubs. I think today it's going to come down between probably the 2 top teams from Triggs and the 2 top teams from City of Perth. Prize money on the line and chances to travel over east. Yeah, no doubt. What I said, Troy. And I just want to say to Fremantle and to Secret Harbour and all the teams, the Navy guys who've been part of it as well. This is a team event and some of the teams have been mixed up, but we have focused on the top end of the field, but we've also had a little look at some of the heart and soul guys who've been racing around and some of the talented juniors. So we've seen some great performances. So I reckon the emergence of Jackson Simons through this surf league just got stronger and stronger. He loved it. He loved the crowd. Tommy Nolan was there. Gabby Murphy. Britt Howson had a blinder today. Could have won the beach flags, but just won the beach sprint. And great to see some of the juniors. What we did see is in the third and final round is we did see that the cream rose to the top, didn't they? So guys like Dan Humble, Jade Mickle, very, very good. Gallagher, all the really good guys sort of got stronger as the 3 races went on. Yeah, and we also saw that these conditions, they do test people. We said there's a small wave, not much of a chop, but we saw the chop play such a role in so many close finishes. We saw it help Jade when she had to just push through in the board. We saw both ski races. It came down to the chop. If that had been a little bit stronger, it would have maybe reversed those results for first and second. So again, great conditions. We saw some great runs, and even the boats, they needed some runs to help them, and that played a big part in the finishing positions for 1 and 2 in both the male and the females. I'm going to put you on the spot. This is Grant True. I'm Simon Beaumont. For those of you who've been watching us at home the past 3 rounds, thank you for your company. I'm going to put you on the spot here, True. Over the 3 rounds, what were some of the things that really stood out to you? Were there any moments or races or performances that you particularly enjoyed? Look, I still look back to round 1. Young Nikita from Trig Island. She took out the board, beat the favourite, Jade Mickle. I don't think I've seen a crowd go that berserk for such a new young competitor. To me, that really set the scene for what this surf league is about. New superstars coming through, challenging some of the more seasoned competitors. North Cottesloe in the boats, dominated. I think they might have taken out first in the males and the females at all 3 rounds. Also like the way that some of the ski races have been finishing. You know, we've gone back to the traditional finish rather than the run. And the ski paddlers, we've seen power, and today we've seen some real, I suppose, displays of chop running and catching waves and not giving up till the end.
I've certainly enjoyed watching the 3 top female sprinters in WA. So Gabby Murphy from the City of Perth, Britt Houghton from the City of Perth, and Tegan Mafscione from North Cottesloe. They all had good days. So Tegan had a blinder round 1. Gabby Murphy dominated 2, but she was tested today by Britt Houghton. I really enjoyed that. I think second round and third round, the sublime surf skills of Jade Nickel. She won the board, and I think from memory the swim, get on a wave. I thought that was pretty awesome to see that from her. And the other thing that I really enjoyed and watched him emerge, he's been so strong, is watching Jacko Simons in the sprinting today. He dominated today, and they're just some of the memories that I do have. So I hope you've enjoyed the three rounds. Grant True and I have really enjoyed bringing you all the action. We're about to head up to the Surf Club to see who's won today, because those points are reset. But we do have awards for our individual presentations from the 3 rounds. So, True, thank you, mate, and to everyone at home, we'll see you up at the Sorrento Surf Club.
Thank you, and again to all the officials, a big thank you, and again the competitors and coaches. It's been a great series, and we look forward to maybe doing it around in next year.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can hear me okay. I'm Simon Beaumont. Welcome to the presentations of the WA Surf League here in the beautiful Sorrento Surf Club. Our format for today is we are going to go through today as a standalone event, and we'll tell you who is the winning club and the second and the third place club today. And then we have some individual presentations for all of the events through the 3 rounds. So we raced at North Cottesloe. We've raced at City Beach, and here we are at beautiful Sorrento. Phil Clayton's the multiple Australian Ironman surf legend and world champion, will help us with the presentations today. And just before we get underway, I'll invite the President of Surf Lifesaving WA, Craig Smith-Gander, to say a few words and make you feel welcome. Please welcome Craig to the microphone.
Thanks, Simon. I don't want to take up a lot of time and make a big speech, but what I really want to do is congratulate everyone who's been involved in the Surf League for the 3 events we've done this year. And what I really want to do is talk to the athletes and coaches in particular to say we had a board meeting last weekend and we've decided we're going to invest more money into this product next year. So we'll do a range of improvements next year to make it more professional, more valuable to you as coaches and to you as athletes. So I really want clubs to focus on being ready for this event next year. It will be larger, we'll spend more money on it, and we'll continue doing what we're doing. So I'll just briefly thank all of the athletes that have been involved, thank all of the clubs who've bought into what we're trying to achieve here. Hope that more clubs will come and be a part of it next year. And I certainly want to thank all the volunteers who've put it together, the officials who've officiated and done a fantastic job. To all of you, thank you very much. And our team will do a really big job on making sure this is a bigger event next year, a much better product, and we'll continue at it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Craig. Thanks, everyone. All right, here we go. We're going to hand out some money, hand out some checks, and as you would be aware, our winners of our series get a subsidy to travel away. The guys in the boats get to go to the Ocean Rowers Association events, and the individuals get a subsidy to go to the Ocean Sixes as well. So congratulations. We'll get to those in just a moment. We'll go through today's results. Each of the 3 rounds are a standalone event, as you know, but the individuals are a tally on the 3 events. We had 14 teams here today, so well done to all 14. Mullaloo Blue came in 14th today. Fremantle came in 13th. Sorrento B came in 13th with 11 points. City of Perth White with 13 points. Sorrento A with 16. Well done. Mullaloo Gold with 20. Northcott C with 20. Northcott B with 22. Trig Island White with 30. Trig Island Green with 38, Northcott A with 42, and we go to our top 3 for the event here at Sorrento, round 3 of the WA Surf League. In third place, and we'll ask a rep from the club to please join us with 57 points, was Trig Island Red. Up you come. Well done, Trig. To everyone who's watching at mybeach.com.au at home, thank you for joining. Someone from Trig like to come up and say a few words. Thank you, Keris. Folks, we saw Trig really get on the move in the second round and get on the move in this last round as well. So, Keris Graham, well done to you. Keris picked up the board and the ski today, and well done to Keris Graham from Trig Island. Picks up a nice little cheque there of $1,000 for Trig Island. So, well done to Trig. Stay there if you will, Keris. City of Perth Yellow came in second with 60 points, so we can have someone from City of Perth Yellow to join us. Woo! Well done, guys. City of Perth had a fantastic carnival throughout, particularly across all the disciplines, in the sand, Iron Woman, and of course, how good was Jade Mickle in rounds 2 and 3 with her sublime surf skills. The winner of today's round 3 of the WA Surf League with 75 points is City of Perth Red. Mr. Gallagher picks up the trophy. Tom, I might get you to say a few words. Thanks for getting dressed up for us. Really appreciate it. Hey, mate, you had a great three rounds yourself, but some of the other clubs have talked about how this galvanises the training and the focus of the club. It's a little bit different this year. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, like this, as you said, this year's been different for our club. We got different training program. You know, we got the main coaches, then we got like Wally's got a good board program, and we've got some good people to train behind, like Riley, who's constant inspiration for me. And yeah, no, it's good.
Well done, mate. Just finally, it sounds like it's on again next year. You and the City of Perth guys will be back, I would imagine.
Yeah, hopefully cop another W next year, but yeah, a lot more training to be done. So yeah.
All right, thanks, Mr. Gallagher from the City of Perth. Thanks. Well done to the City of Perth guys. Thanks, everyone. All right, folks. These are the individual presentations now, and as I say, the guys from the boats get to go to the Ocean Rowers competition, and the guys, the individuals, get to go to the Ocean Sixer. We can just have if you're watching us at home, it's a bit of a rowdy room. There's a few beers been served already over the bar here at the Sorrento Surf Club, so just so I can have a bit of shush, please. Thank you. Folks, we saw 3 very different rounds. We saw the first round dominated by North Cottesloe. The second round we saw City of Perth on the move and Trig on the move as well, and we saw the same today. One of my favourite bits was seeing 3 different winners in the women's sprint events, to see Tegan Mafscione and then Gabby Murphy and then Britt Houghton push up today was some of the highlights. If I can have a bit of shush in the room, please. Sorry, people at home. Shush, thank you. City of Perth people. Folks, it has been a lot of really good individual performances, and I hope you've enjoyed it as officials, spectators, supporters and loved ones. All right, in the boats, we have a couple of awards here. In the females, we have the female Get Stiffs team have picked that up, and they pick up a subsidy. If they are here, the North Cottesloe guys, and the male Roberts team from Northcott as well. If you guys can come up as well. Come up, girls. The male Roberts team from Northcott, if you guys are still here. Have a look how tall these girls are. And the Roberts team as well. Well done to Northcott. Good on you, boys. Such a strong, proud tradition, a strong culture for the paddlers, the boat crews from North Cottesloe. Well done, boys. All right. We'll just get the photos up here. You are watching the presentations for the WA Surf League Round 3. We are at the Sorrento Surf Club. Well done to the female crew. The Get Stiffs from the 6 foot stiffs. Sorry, my pride. Should have gone to Specsavers. Thanks, girls. Well done. Thanks, boys. Well done. All right. Let's go to the Iron Man and the Iron Woman events. The winner of the Iron Woman series for the whole series, she was brilliant in the surf, and again in evidence today, is Jade Mickle from City Beach. Well done, Jade. Congratulations, Jade. Mr. Phil Clayton making our presentations today. Thank you, Phil. And the winner of the male Ironman, he was unreal round 2 and round 3 from Trig Island, Ben Jones. Well done, Ben. Great sprint finish from Ben today over Tommy Gallagher. So great racing from those boys today. Well done. All right, thank you guys. In the ski, folks, the all-important ski. If I can just have a bit of shush in the room, please. Thank you. Folks, in the ski today, in the females, from Trigg Island, our winner. She's had a great last 2 rounds, particularly today she was dominant. Probably the most dominant winning margin today, certainly in the board, was Keris Graham from Trigg Island. Well done, Keris. And our winner of the ski for the 3 rounds of the WA Surf League was Reese Baker from Trigg Island. Well done, Reese. I know Reese has had to move on, so well done. Thank you, Keris. All right, we'll just get some photos here. Thanks to everyone at mybeach.com.au. All right, the board presentations for the series. Our winner today from City Beach, Jade Mickle, wins the series in the board. Well done, Jade. Up you come. Well done, Jade. And the winner of the board, also from City Beach, was Tom Gallagher. Well done, mate. Thank you, Tom. So well done, the City of Perth Surf Club, a very strong performance right through. Well done, Jade. Well done to Tommy Gallagher. All right, in the swim. Don't go too far, Jade. The winner of the swim for the series from the City of Perth Surf Club was Jade Mickle. Well done, Jade. Well done, Jade. And from Mullaloo, the winner of the swim series was Jack Wilson. Well done, Jack's family. Well done to Mullaloo. Good on yous. City of Perth had a blinder. All right, in the flags, folks, as I say, we did see some different names and some different names come through, particularly in the women's series. This was a very dominant performance in the second series of races from the City of Perth Surf Club. The winner of the female flags was Gabby Murphy. Well done, Gabrielle. Well done, Gab. And the winner from North Cottesloe of the flags, never far away from the podium, is Tommy Nolan from North Cottesloe. Well done, Tom. Well done, mate. And folks, in the beach sprint, our final set of awards for today, as I say, the trophy for grabs and some help getting onto the Open Elite team for the Sixers. Our winner of the flags, our winner in the sprint from the City of Perth Surf Club was Gabby Murphy. Well done, Gab. One of the standout performers of the 3 rounds, this guy was awesome. He comes from Sorrento, he's quite a character, was Jackson Simons. Well, and just by way of closing, because this is his home club and he's had a great season, I might throw the final word over to Jackson to say a few words and to say a few words on behalf of all the competitors about the organisation. And Jacko, well done, mate. Good 3 races. You enjoyed the format?
Yeah, it's a great format. I think everyone had great fun. Everyone's down racing for their club, trying to get a bit of the prize money, and everyone was always down there having a bit of fun, having a bit of laugh and just general banter, which is always great to see.
Your club did a good job today. This is a great place to train and compete, isn't it? And maybe come back and have a glass of beer later on.
Always a great place to have a glass of beer. Not a bad place to train, no surf, but decent beach, and we've got some great athletes coming up from the younger ranks, so hopefully we can be a bit more dominant next year and get some good results.
Well done over the series, mate, and thank you for having a chat to us. Jacko Simons, everyone. Fantastic. Well done, mate. Thanks to the Sorrento Surf Club for having us here for Race 3 on behalf of Surf Lifesaving WA. Hope you enjoyed the WA Surf League over the 3 rounds. We look forward to seeing you back next year. Have a great day, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.